All right. I think we're here.
Oh.
What's up?
We're live.
How's it going?
Oh yeah, we're live.
We're here. Hey, what's up? We're doing a
And Grace
stream.
is frozen.
And Grace is frozen. Perfect start.
This is the true
We
Shark
actually only
Cast
just have a
experience.
picture of Grace. She's not actually here.
Yeah.
Just taped it in front of your camera.
I don't know how many people are gonna come. I know Joff joined for a bit, but then immediately left, so presumably he's dealing with technical difficulties.
Mhm.
So we're
children.
just gonna do a chill stream where we're chatting and we'll talk with you guys, and it'll be low budget because I'm just screen sharing Discord, and I didn't want to do an overlay, so there. And I don't quite know why everyone's so pixely, but you know, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm streaming, but my internet should be good enough. I don't know.
Stream doesn't look terrible.
Great.
You're back, by the way, Grace.
Welcome
You're
back.
back.
Welcome
Welcome back.
Hey, how's it going? Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah.
And
We made it.
Yeah. We made it.
We
we
survived.
made it to 2021, and that is a great thing. I wanted to thank all you guys for watching so much of our YouTube content, because holy crap, we went from 5,000 subscribers in June, and we are less than 200 subscribers away from 10,000 right now. So that's kind of crazy.
I was going to say, the original plan for this stream was, it was like, oh, if we hit 10,000 before New Year's, we'll have a 10K stream. And then we all put it in our calendar because we were like, oh, it's easy. And it's like, we're this close.
You're so close.
Like, if you guys like more low key streams, we can do this vaguely more frequently, you know, because this really didn't take. I didn't need to do much production, and I appreciate that. Because
Also, not having prep work and stuff.
yeah, that's nice too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say post Kickstarter surge. I would just say
Rhythm
Rhythm
of
of War.
War.
Yeah, because Rhythm of War really just killed it. So
Yeah.
I think that's
You
what
get
happened.
like 3,000?
Yeah,
I'd say 3,000 since Rhythm of War, last 2 months.
Yeah.
And I think also we just had so much content ready too. So when people were Googling like Rhythm of War X, we were there.
So
ready.
We're there.
Mr. B-Garls, I do think we'll be chatting about Rhythm of War.
Yes.
Yeah. Probably going to be spoiler.
Yeah, that's what's in the title. So just wanted to let you know we haven't done anything yet, but oh, rip. Well, Grace, yeah. See, this is why when the stream is like this, if I had the overlay, everything would be screwed up every time anything changes. So it's just better. So
Have fun, Mr. Beagles.
Yeah,
He's going to go and read War.
I feel
Rhythm
you
of War.
guys probably want to ask us some Rhythm of War questions. That's kind of what I think you guys will want to do, or just chatting about it. But yeah, Rhythm of War is crazy, and we did have a lot of stuff ready, which is an advantage to some of us.
I think it was just before it came out. I was like looking at our plan for content. I was like, "Cool, we have 2 months of roughly 15 people giving their opinion on Rhythm of War."
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's right.
I
Yes,
think
that's right.
this is a good content plan. I'm like, this is a solid content plan.
Yep. Yeah, because seriously, like we had just a ridiculous amount of videos, and I didn't even finish some of the videos that I wanted to make. I still have an intent command video that Donchard completely ruined. So thanks, Donchard.
Oh god, yeah.
So I'll need to figure out what to do. I wanted to get that done earlier, but I have another video that should be a little easier to do that maybe we'll get in a week or two.
Would be great to get some answers from Brandon on some of these things so we can actually, do a do a video and do Coppermind pages and things like that.
What were you not satisfied with Brandon's intention word of Brandon, where he just goes on and on about how it's like, well, intent's an adapter, and it's an adapter between fake physics and real physics. I'm like, okay, that's not really what we were looking for with this, but that's cool.
I mean, it's kind of interesting, just not. It's an answer, not the answer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We're not editing this. We're just chilling. Just chilling.
I was going to say, I just noticed, Marvin. I just noticed your background is animated.
Yeah, he has a green screen. He's very fancy. Cool. Yeah.
Warning: we're all going to sound significantly less intelligent than
yes, no, that's true. That's
because
true.
of editing.
See, because I have these long pauses. I'm like Obama in a sense, with like just long pauses between words, and I'll edit that stuff out, so I sound way smarter in post.
And sometimes I just forget how to talk, and I need to say the same thing like 3 times.
I'm surprised you got through all the overlady stuff with and
easily almost edited videos. Those ones easily.
I can remember that there was one word in Rhythm of Previous that I just couldn't manage to pronounce.
I forget what it was.
Man, I feel you. Some words are just they don't work. Like your tongue just goes and it cannot form that shape.
Yeah,
and it stops sounding like a word to you. That's the worst thing. It's a goblet of sounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that always gets me is when I have to read usernames for Words of Brandon or Who's That Cosmere. It can be a totally normal username, but I'll still be like, how do I pronounce this again? It's totally normal words. I'm just like, I just assume I have to pronounce it weirdly.
Because there's
and
no
completely
spaces or anything, that then
Yeah.
you're like, wait, oh, right, that's not how you say that
It's like
name at all.
hut on a hill.
Yeah.
I remember getting to that. I'm just like, what?
Huey on a till, you know.
Huge on the hill.
Ketone.
I'm also used to now editing at more like 1.5 and 2x speed. Because I already finished Sunday's episode. Look at me not procrastinating. I did it all yesterday, and we have 2 more episodes.
What have you done with Eric?
I know. I was really productive yesterday. Like 2021's starting good for me. I like went for a walk. I did writing. I edited an entire podcast. Wow.
So far, I've spent 2021 playing Breath of the Wild. Far too much.
Yeah.
It's like
That's a good way of.
Finally got into it, and I'm trying to collect all of the Korok seeds. And so over the past few weeks, I've gotten like 300 or 400 of them.
Jess, I think since last Christmas when she got a Switch, I think she's only played Breath of the Wild. Well, no, that's not true. She's played some Ni no Kuni as well. But so I know all about the Kuroko seeds. In fact, she actually she ordered something from Gemma Young with a pin. That's
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's going to be super visible.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
That's
With
very
a
cute.
Kuroko seed pin.
Awesome.
Yeah. And she shipped it here, so I have all of her stuff. Because she's in Australia. But anyway, I'm very used to now listening to us more rapidly. So when like it's normal speed, oh man, it's pretty brutal. But no, I do talk fast. That's true. I do that.
Yeah.
Should we tweet out that we're doing a stream?
Didn't
I don't
we do
think
that?
we ever tweeted
I
it.
think we did.
Oh,
Did Ben do that?
I saw it on
didn't do
Twitter.
that.
maybe.
I did. That was my job, and I've done it.
Yes.
I was going to tell you yesterday that we should tweet out that we're doing a stream today, but then I just like got busy and it was like
We did tweet it out
midnight
yesterday.
when I
We did tweet it
remembered.
out yesterday.
We did?
Yeah. But then we came here. Oh, Gray's in chat. Hey, what's up?
Oh, yay, Gray.
Hey. How you doing, Shannon?
there were a few people who couldn't, actually come. And David's like, yeah, so I'm at my parents. My internet's terrible. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think Gray's is pretty bad too.
Yeah. I like the part where I spent money on 4 sets of lights, and because I did, like, none of them arrived, so perfect timing for the stream.
One of them arrived.
One of them.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look at you there.
Did I tell you what happened with the address on the light stands?
No.
So apparently there were 2 addresses on the box, and both of them were wrong.
Wait, what?
And
Really?
so it went to a neighbor, and the neighbor like looked in the neighborhood directory to like figure out who.
Whoa! What? Did I just put in the wrong address? Oh, that's not good.
I assume it's Amazon's fault. I don't know.
That doesn't make any
sense.
Because
there were two separate wrong addresses, and the numbers were wrong, but they were like different wrong numbers.
Well, I don't really know what's going on. See, the problem when you order 4 sets of Amazon things that have 3 to 4 packages each is that I have absolutely no idea what's going on. Amazon's like, something's been shipped to somewhere. I'm like, cool, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, the notifications they sent out are just not great. It happens to me like every time I go on a buying spree where I'm like, I'll get stuff for me and for the garden and for the computer and for other things, and so I have like 8 packages in flight. And every day Amazon's like, there's an update to order number here is 18 digits. And so, yeah, you can click on that and see which order and what's going on. But
you had something fun
is.
happen to one of your packages with the lights.
Oh yeah, oh no, I think I threw them away. Yeah, one of my packages was slashed, like the
but it turned out it was just a crappy $7 cable, and so they just didn't even bother to take it. It's like,
when the thief just goes, nah,
that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted at all.
I have so many USB cables at home.
Well, this wasn't a USB cable. It's a different cable. It's a cable that plugs into lights. Oh, by the way, Ian, the light can actually, if you have a battery pack or something that apparently photographers and stuff have, they don't need to be like plugged in. I don't know how any of that works because I just keep them here. But
yeah, I saw the port in back where you put the battery pack. I'm just like, am I supposed to have a battery pack to put in here?
Well, when you're just sitting by your computer, I think this is easier, but you know. Ooh, okay, there's a question in chat.
Yeah, there is.
Question for the betas on the cast I've had for a little while. I noticed when looking at the DS drafts that the line on the shattering wasn't actually in the beta draft. How did you react to that added? Satisfaction if you guessed it based on the earlier draft. Surprised that it was left out at first. Ooh, that is a wonderful question because that entire paragraph completely screwed over my intent command video. Because basically, Brandon added more stuff in the final draft to Dawnshard that was like, oh, there's a lot more things here. Oh, that's exciting. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that we could have guessed that because that was just like brand new lore. I think if you look at the beta feedback, there was some feedback that the beta of Dawnshard was underwhelming. How about that? And
the thing you have to understand about beta reads is that it's a worse version of the book.
Yeah. Oh, way worse. Way worse.
Yeah.
And I can talk about Dawnshard because that stuff's public. But hey, it's John.
Hey, we have a Jeff.
Hey. So Dawnshard doesn't have epigraphs. The betas of main Stormlight books don't have the epigraphs. The epigraphs come in a later draft.
Hit and miss. Some of them do. Right?
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Rhythm of War did have one part.
I think part one had them.
They did,
but then the others didn't.
But that's unusual. That was not true for Words of Radiance or Oathbringer.
We usually get them in Gamma or post Gamma.
Yeah.
Gamma.
And for once, we actually saw the Ars Arcanum before that went out. That was nice. But But
and still no mention of a repelling Fabriolus, even though
someday, book 6, we'll get them. So yeah, with the Dawn Shard beta reactions, Brandon really upped the ante in the end, and I'm like, whoa, and that was very exciting. So I guess until Dawn Shard and really Rhythm of War, it didn't really occur to me how unfinished Brandon's beta versions are. That he's still like thinking of things, and I think he knows that it's like, this is a draft. There's stuff I can do later. This is just like a test thing. And so, yeah, it's just a test thing to see how well the characters and plot goes, and he can punch it up in a variety of ways.
I think it's probably a testament to how clear Brandon's vision is that the beta changes so little.
Honestly,
yeah. You know, like, I think other people would probably maybe change a lot more if they went through the process he does.
Yep.
But
I did enjoy going through the Dawn Shard ones where I was like, I'm just curious as to what he does when he changes like line to line. Like, he'll just change how a single line is read, or just change the order of words. And I'm like, oh, it's that one read better than that one? Like, why did he change those words? Stuff like that.
Yeah. That's these like line things are, I think, where the craft in the writing comes from. Like the big things, such as like the plot structure and what characters are doing and emotional impact and things like that. I think that's the art of writing, but like the little line by line, paragraph by paragraph, that's the technical, that's the craft. Yeah, and I think that's really interesting.
Yeah.
I just loved, like, Nickley didn't have a point of view in the beta of Dawn Shard. She could read. Like, that just was not there.
That was huge.
And that was one of the most exciting parts of that. It's like, whoa, what's going on? And you can look at Brandon's draft notes. Those were super interesting because, like, in the 1.0 draft, Brandon didn't even know which of the crew was going to be a Sleepless. Like, that's like the level of how, like, this is a draft. I'm going to fix things later. I'm focusing on Rissyn and, like, overall things. Yeah. And, like, just getting Rissyn and Lopen right. So,
and then fitting the others. Yeah. I wonder if he considered making, like, I don't know if they do this, like, they're not Condra, but I wonder if he considered making an existing, like, offing an existing character and having them, like, replaced by a Sleepless. If that was a consideration.
Like it being like Huio or something, or...
Yeah. I think that'd just be hard because of all the bugs, you know?
Yeah, they're probably not as good at mimicking as, like, Condra are.
Yeah, or they need a lot more time to...
it sounds like the thing they... I think the thing it sounds like they struggle with is, like, the human interaction stuff, because obviously that just doesn't make sense to them as a immortal swarm of bugs, you know.
Although, speaking of Huio, I can't say his name. Huio. Lopen also has such a big family. I feel like he could just have a cousin who is a Sleepless the whole time.
Oh, my cousin over there. Yeah.
Oh, that's my cousin. Yeah.
Now, would a Sleepless be one cousin or many? That's the question.
The Herdazians were the Sleepless all along.
That is actually my headcanon now. Lopen is having a cousin that is a Sleepless.
Excellent.
There was a question I spotted a little earlier. I'm trying to find.
I like how it's like, one question. It's like, all right, well, let's talk for the next 15 minutes. And I haven't seen the other stuff.
So from Thanos Lord. From Costa Rica.
Hi.
Howdy.
Do you think dragons will have types, colors like in D&D, or will they be more like Lord of the Rings, where they're just like powerful beings with magic?
Ooh, now that's a good question.
Because that's something I've wondered a lot.
Yeah, like how will actually Cosmere dragons actually work?
Yeah, I am. I like the way D&D does dragons. I like different types of dragons with like different attributes, right?
Yeah.
I like D&D dragons too.
I think the Cosmere ones will. So I think the Cosmere ones will have different colors. I don't necessarily think that those different colors will have so I don't necessarily think that Frost, for example, will be an ice dragon or a frost dragon or something like that. Right?
Yeah.
He has to get the nickname somewhere, though.
So it is a possibility, absolutely. But I'm leaning towards they are just powerful beings with magic, and the colors mean something, but not as much as it does in something like D&D, or if you've read Raymond Feast's Rift War saga cycle thing.
I think that's kind of where I settle out, where it's like there aren't going to be like chromatic dragons evil, metallic dragons good. No. It's like it's all going to be more like messy and individualistic per the dragon.
Yeah. Metallic dragons, like dragon steel.
The foil is made of dragon steel. Whoa!
Still bothers me the mural that the Dawn Shard is in. Yes. It is. It still bothers me what that foil is made of. It bothers me. I mean, will eventually want an answer.
Well, take your pick of god metals, really.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Well, it's shardium, an alloy of 4 god metals.
Oh. I think we talked about it on the WoB episodes, which you guys have not heard, but we have recorded that the Sleepless thought that no one would actually be able to absorb the Dawn Shard. So there's definitely stuff going on with that. Oh no. We're blabbing too much that we're missing.
There's so many.
It's like, dragons. That's a good question. Oh boy.
That's not on brand for us at all.
Yeah.
How you doing, Joshua?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I'm going to say you haven't said anything.
You're kind of soft. Let's turn you up.
Marty Beast has a question for either us or the chat, but we're going to take it because that's what we do with questions.
Yep.
Thoughts on this theory? What if all creatures with gem hearts used to be bonded to Spren and or sentient to a much higher degree, but when Baro Mishram was imprisoned, they all got slightly, quote-unquote, severed from their bonds to the world/Spren and lost most of their sentience, like the Parshmen. So are you thinking like chasm fiends and sky eels and things like that used to be much more intelligent, used to be much more sentient before the False Desolation?
It sounds like that's what they're going for. I think some of the lesser creatures, like the less sapient stuff, like your sky eels and your chulls, probably not. They probably are still operating on the same level of Spren bonding that they were before. But something's going on with chasm fiends. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I put like chasm fiends and like Rashadium in a similar category.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about like Rashadium. They seem pretty intelligent already. I don't know how much more
and as far as we know, like none of the lower Spren were really affected, or at least seemingly. They seem to be just fine. Only the higher Spren were really they're Deadeyes now.
I was going to say the Deadeye thing is like the only thing we definitely know, because there might be
Windows. I do not want to do a Windows update. No. Bad Windows. Bad Windows. I'm going to delay just like I do everyday Windows. Don't you do that to me.
I'm pretty sure you can like disable to like stop it from asking you somehow.
Well, I delay a lot. Chrome's also like, hey, you gotta update Chrome. You should like really restart Chrome. I'm like, never! I refuse to lose my tabs.
Plus, now in Microsoft, as soon as you set, I don't want you to tell me anymore, they'll just reset it in the background without telling you, being like, no, actually, we're going to start flipping this flag again.
What were we talking? If the bond situation is a thing where kind of the more you have, the more it affects you.
I think that's it. It's like the listeners, or singers rather, were so affected because they were so closely connected. to buy the mushroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like obviously Cherry's fine, and we'll just presumably get more intelligent the more Spren bonds she has, probably. And like because Chasm Fiends have some Spren bond, like it's not, in retrospect, not terribly surprising, but I never considered it before. Right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew that a lot of the fauna on Roshar had a Spren bond. Like, although I guess we did get the confirmation for the Sky Eels in Dawn Shard, so that's a recent thing.
What was the Sky Eel thing in Dawn Shard?
Sky Eels are also bonded to like something like the Mandras.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think that was the first ever picture we got from Way of Kings. The first ever Shallan drawing is the Sky Eels with the Spren.
So.
Yeah. It's
Maybe
just
saw Spren around them, but
the
bond has been confirmed now.
Yeah. I see another question.
Cool.
If we're ready. This is from UCBO_JRF. What do you think the rest of the metals do in Fabrials? Maybe a gold cage with a joy spren could make someone relive past joyful experiences or something akin.
Whoa. That's a fun idea.
I was actually thinking, reading that question, I was thinking maybe gold would, you know how they're able to isolate certain planes or directions with aluminum. I wonder if gold could give like some sort of time thing where you like a delayed effect. Like
Ben,
if you wanted like a
Fabrio
Fabrio.
yourself if you're doing that.
Yeah, I noticed that it was coming up with the noise indicator. So I'll mute myself next time I pour myself a drink.
Well done.
I learned that in our pre-video days when I was pouring tea, and Eric got very upset with me because that video.
That is true.
It was very unclear that I was pouring tea.
Well, because it just sounded like tea. Yeah.
Anyway.
I like the idea of using like Duralumin in Fabrial to get like a more powerful effect.
Ooh.
Definitely.
Some of the effects we see are more like the ferrochemical attribute, though, right? So that's fair to consider that side of it as well.
It doesn't 100% match up with either purely allomancy or purely ferrochemical. Right. It kind of seems to mix and match.
Probably hemalurgy is going to be related in there somewhere as well.
Oh yeah, maybe Destiny, the Destiny fabric.
Maybe this fabric might grant Destiny.
Isn't that just PlayStation 4?
Yeah. But like, what if we don't know what Destiny is? But like, what if Destiny has something to do with like, I don't know, like, will you bond a Spren, and then you can make a Fabrial to like detect how likely someone is to bond a Spren before it happens?
That's kind of cool.
That's cool.
Like
some spiritual detection.
A proto-radiant detector.
Yeah.
Or like a Spren is like watching you or something, like something like that.
Yeah, just carry some white sand with you.
Seems like something that would be useful for someone who is trying to stop new radiants from becoming track them down with
yeah.
I could see if it takes the ferrochemical bent or the allomantic bent. Copper would be a really interesting metal in Fabrials. Or do we know about copper already? Did it mention?
No, I don't think we got copper.
I don't think so, no.
Oh, that's cool.
Because
copper's always been weird.
Yeah.
On the topic of gold, maybe gold is just like some kind of healing Fabrial. Because like we know they
Although, but gold doesn't like it's like the metal to me doesn't seem to be the primary effect of the Fabrial. It's a modification on what the gemstone is.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like some kind of gold Fabrial with like a life spren and like Stormlight could make some kind of like crude healing Fabrial.
Yeah,
perhaps.
That was not.
Well, I'm sure you could make I'm sure you could make a Fabrial with all the. I'm sure you could do some version of all the surges with a a Fabrial if they figured out the right
version.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So like regrowth, I assume you could somehow.
Well, there is a regrowth Fabrial, but like.
Well, but those operate on a different principle. Like regrowth Fabrials.
How different they do, like with the sibling approved Fabrials, you know.
See, I think they've got to be something similar because otherwise Brandon gave us all this lore and now Navani's going to just kind of abandon it all and switch to
the new type of Fabrial.
I mean, I think they'll discover some even greater Fabrials by combining the two, probably. The old approach doesn't, I don't know, because they use only the Spren manifesting in the physical realm and don't use other metals to modify it maybe, and now combining that with what Navani knows, and maybe even trapping Spren and Gemstone somehow, I could see it going in totally different directions now.
Are we allowed to talk about the Sixth of Dusk reading?
That's tricky. That's tricky.
We can. I just had a point related to that.
Yeah,
but
maybe we should
not.
By the way, Sixth of the Dust 2, that podcast is coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't actually read the reading yet.
Oh, it's very interesting. If you don't mind Space Age Cosmere spoilers, let me tell you. And that was a solid Shardcast episode. And it wasn't 3 hours. Oh, that was great. I was like, wow, a 1 hour, 55-minute raw file? Oh, man, that's great. It makes it a lot faster to edit, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Space Age stuff is just mind-bending.
Someone way back up asked, how long does it take to write an average Coppermind article? And that is a very good question. That
what is average?
What is average? Because like there are really short things that are mentioned once. Those are very easy. Middle things can be kind of hard, and then there's the really hard things, like core Cosmere things and main characters. Those take forever to do. The Cosmere articles, those are the sorts of things that get people excited, but are really hard to do well.
Grace, how long have you been working on the investiture article?
I mean... Okay, I stopped working on that one when I searched up innate investiture wobs and got very frustrated and confused.
That's fair. That's fair.
There are some contradictory things out there about what innate investiture actually is, and I didn't want to write about it, so I gave up on that.
Someday I'll work on the Shard article again, but that's also really hard because there's hundreds of wobs and. I think I was doing or Spren, right? Yeah, that's your perpetual procrastinated project.
Or currently Rabonial, because I really need to get back to working on.
Yeah, there was a word on Brandon on Shard that was like, what would happen if a pregnant woman ascended to the Shard? What would happen to the child? And Brandon just said there would be an effect. How do you put that in a Coppermind article? Like, it doesn't really say anything. Yeah, you just skip it. It's like, I
put that in trivia. All the random things that don't fit.
Yeah, I guess. It's just like, this doesn't even say anything useful. Like, what? It's hard. It's really hard. So, like, when I first did the Cosmere article in 2014, 2015, I think, that took me about 3 months. It wasn't like steady work, but you have to do a lot of citing, and that the research is really hard on those core Cosmere things, and like, how do I want the shape of this to look? Whereas like main characters, you at least know it's like, well, the history's gonna take forever, cause So anyway, I don't know if that answered your question.
It sounds like the answer is months and months, and sometimes just ever going.
I mean, I don't know if main characters and core Cosmere would be considered the average.
No.
Yeah.
We have a ton of pages that are like, here's 2 paragraphs or 1 paragraph about this one city that we hear something about in this one book, and the entire, or like I wrote a bunch of articles for Rhythm of War, which were, a character whose name is mentioned exactly once in one chapter. And the context of that is, hey, you character name, go do this one thing. And the character says, okay, I will do this one thing. And so the article is 2 lines.
Those are the best articles. When I got that Rhythm of War map, I'm like, boom, I am making 20 complete articles. Let's go. Justice Untarnished. It's here. I stared at the rivers to compare the Shadesmar with the real world on the Eastern Makabak map. Boom. I even needed to send Isaac an email for a clarification. I was like, are we missing a river in the Sea of Souls map? But no, Isaac knew exactly what I was talking about. That was good.
But there are... So obviously secondary characters take a little bit more work.
Yeah. When they actually have dialogue, that's like, that sounds like a lot of work.
Why do all these people in these books keep talking?
Yeah, because it's like, I could put like quotes and sections, but like which quotes? And then like, how much do I summarize? How much do I not? Like the really short ones are pretty easy. Yeah. We're not missing a river. We're not missing a river.
So Brassweaver asks, favorite Cosmere ships? To which I will respond, have you heard of our Lord and Savior Relanerin?
Yes. We actually had 2 Relanerin questions up above.
We did.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we talked about it in WOBs, but I think 10 out of 10. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very
My wife
exciting.
has something to say. Bear with me 1 second.
Sorry,
You got to be closer.
Please interject.
Hang on,
Nope.
Thanks. Thanks. Anyway, ships.
Hello, Lucy, welcome. Hello. Before the stream, Ben was like, how do I get this audio to play on both the speakers and the headphones so both of them could hear, but he couldn't figure it out.
No.
So.
Talk to us, Lucy.
Right. Absolute favorite ship. Kaladin and Leshwi.
Oh,
yeah,
that was a good
also
one, too.
very, very good.
Very good.
They're so good together. It's so upsetting that didn't happen.
Could still happen.
I think it's more likely now that Leshwi is not
on the
that
same
much
side.
or not. Yeah.
Well, in Kaladin, I feel like, as seen with his failed thing with Lynn, had to go through his own... I don't think he was ready for a relationship in this
He wasn't
book.
ready for a lot of things.
Yes.
Yeah. That's fair.
But hints were definitely there, I think.
Yes.
And I like that.
These characters have not interacted at all. But as sort of like a more like far future, somewhat crack ship idea that I really like is Autonomy and Kelsier. The like narcissistic cult starting duo.
The problem is, though, is that Kelsier would just punch him.
Of the Cosmere.
Yeah. I feel like Kaladin's more likely to find a way to kill Bavadine and take Autonomy. I mean, not Kaladin, Kelsier. Yeah.
They both start with K's.
Yeah. They're both a main character that starts with the K. They're all the same, right?
Oh, someone said
Kaladin.
Fire and the Evil. I like that. That's quality.
I just reread Era 2, and maybe canonical ships are lame, but Wax and Steris is just amazing.
Wax and Steris are really
Wax
great.
and Steris is great.
I loved the character
them a lot.
development that they had, and that you're like, that was done well, I think.
They might be my favorite... One of my favorite arranged marriage to actual relationship. Of
the 50 that you've done.
Of the 15 arranged marriage to actual relationship, or genuine. I really like how it's approached, and Brandon takes his time with it, which is nice. Sometimes I think he rushes romances a bit because he's trying to fit in like
the plot.
Like I could see Adolin and Shallan, for example, being criticized for being a bit rushed.
I was going to bring that up actually. Yeah. They are good for one another, but the way the chemistry progressed didn't, and like, I mean, the whole thing, their marriage started as being forced and arranged to an extent. Right? Shallan is this country girl bumpkin, and Yasna's like, so how do you feel about marrying one of the most powerful eligible bachelors who's also handsome and good and kind,
which
on the planet?
Yasna trying to secure another Radiant in the Colin family at all. Like that. I'm sure that didn't play into...
I had nothing to do with it.
No, she wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
One bit of like shipping history in the fandom.
Oh no, I'm gone.
Well, it's because after Bay of Kings, like in the Tumblr fandom, there were two main like Shallan ships.
Yes.
Shallan and Kaladin and Shallan and Renarin.
Yes.
And then we got Words of Radiance, and Shallan and Adolin took everybody by surprise.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll be like reading a Brandon relationship, and I'll be like, I can see how he got his roots in Wheel of Time.
Like, I loved Shallan and Adolin's chemistry, especially in Rhythm of War. I thought that was really good. But
and what's nice about Rhythm of War is seeing them be like a married couple and still have struggles and still move along. Like, because a lot of them like end in marriage or marriage, whereas like, well, like in Elend, we got like a book, but they were very busy with other things.
They're very busy with other things. Yes. Well, and Oathbringer too, right? They were very busy with other things, right?
Very busy with other things. And well, I guess Ciri and the God King, they were married at the beginning, but
yeah,
like, I don't know.
It's definitely like balancing the romance with like the overall plot, right?
Yeah.
I think that I can see why people miss. It's like, oh, why didn't we get Adolin and Shallan's marriage in Oathbringer, right? Like, I can understand that because Oathbringer has a lot of stuff in it, but Brandon's more of a plot person, I think.
Well, and
that's always...
Go ahead.
That's always the problem with epic fantasy, isn't it? Like, it is the literal end of the world in most of those stories, and so like, how much time can you spend on the relationships and building a home together and romance and things? Like, the sky is on fire.
Yeah.
It's like, that's one of like Brandon's talked about Aether of Night. One of that book didn't work because it was one half like farcical, like replaced brother imitating another brother arranged marriage thing with end of the world evil shard attacking, like, and it didn't mesh.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I think I can sympathize. I think with people when they're looking for more romance and it's not there, because the romance, it plays a varying level of importance in different books of Brandon. Like Final Empire, the Vin and Elend romance was, I'd say, one of the central plot lines. Like, it wasn't like the A plot necessarily, but it was it
was important to Vin.
It was a very important part. Whereas, or like Ciri and the God King and Warbreaker is another one. Like, that's a pretty core arc for Ciri's character. Whereas other books, it's knocked down like to like the K plot. So it's starting a Brandon book, I think, to know necessarily if that's something you really like, where it's going to fall in the list of priorities.
Yeah,
because he
can't fit everything in every book.
Yeah, no, you can't. Like,
yeah.
I do think Adolin and so Chats was asking, will Adolin and Shallan have kids? And if they survive, and I think they will survive. I think Kaladin and Dalinar can die, but I don't think Adolin and Shallan will die.
I don't know. I was firmly in your camp, but then I watched the Daniel Green episode, and he convinced me that something awful is going to happen to Adolin, and I'm just so upset about it.
I was sold on the idea that Kaladin will survive, but Syl will not.
Oh, wow, that's brutal.
That's too mean to no.
Or we kill Kaladin and then Syl is
Yeah.
Well,
have we
stuff.
not made Kaladin suffer enough?
No, we have not made Kaladin suffer enough.
But look, Kaladin survives when everyone around him dies. That's his thing. So what's the ultimate death is Syl.
Oh man.
No,
that's just mean.
And if you, what scares me about a potential Adolin death is his death would have such a huge impact on so many main characters. Like
it's true. It's true.
Dalinar would survive. Like Dalinar, Renarin, who we know is going to be big later, Shallan, Kaladin.
Yeah.
Like if you, well, he's like the emotional support himbo for the entire cast.
I love chat's reactions to all this. It's like, thanks, I hate it. Well done, Grace.
Personally, I just want Adolin to become Shallan to become a world topper and be like, I don't know, some sort of natural scientist in Silverlight, and Adolin meanwhile stays in Silverlight and becomes, I don't know, Taylor for Silverlight or something like that.
Well, no, Adolin's got to be like a new king, different from Dalinar and stuff. And and like if Dalinar dies and Adolin lives, that's real solid. But yeah, it's true. If Adolin dies, it would motivate a lot of people.
I'm hoping for some late game Adolin or for some Adolin Shallan 15-year-old kids.
Yes,
after this.
With Yugi.
And I do want Adolin to like at least like go on vacation to other Cosmere worlds and like bring back Cosmere fashion and make it big on Roshar.
That would be awesome.
That'd be cool. Yeah. I was talking about this on Discord once, I think, but like picturing just because like Shallan, a lot of people talk about Shallan becoming a world hopper, right? If they were like world hopping together, like thinking of Adolin like going to balls in Elendil, or like, you know, like
you would have a great time.
Very easy.
I was thinking that they need to go to Nalthis and like Shallan can pick up some breath because she would absolutely love having breath and just seeing the art, and Adolin can just like see the fashion and like meet all the new people.
Oh my god!
But she'd have a hard time taking all the fashion through customs there, so I don't know how much you'd be able to take with them.
They could talk. Well, yeah, Adolin and Shallan with like Hallandern fashions. That would be very.
That'd be interesting.
They are not Vorin in Hallandern.
Well, but to be fair, Adolin and Shallan are also not very like they are Vorin technically speaking, but neither one of them is a good Vorin practitioner.
No, they're not super devout, either of them.
Shallan is fairly devout.
Yeah. Well,
at least
Shallan puts on the appearance. So. Yeah.
Okay, but Veil isn't.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Veil died, so.
Well, I mean, integrated. Like, how much of that?
No, integrated. Yes, integrated.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I do hope we still get pieces of Veil in Shallan going forward. Like,
that
it
would
might
be a
not
waste
be like
if not, right?
Yeah. Because I think, but
I mean that's the point of Veil's like story arc in Rhythm of War, right? It's now everything that was Veil is Shallan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope part of this is Shallan, because she makes all these like personas that are more experienced than her, right? Like that's part of it. Like they do things that she thinks she couldn't do. But part of the lie is, well, Veil doesn't actually have this backstory that Shallan created for her, because Veil's like has Shallan's backstory. But Shallan starts to acknowledge that her past has prepared her for some things, and the things she's undergone has made her a competent human being. She doesn't need these. I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Math guy Dave in chat asks, I wonder if the Kelsier reveal was moved to this book and was originally going to be in Lost Metal. I would say no, because like we would never get Thydakar stuff in Lost Metal.
Yeah.
And we kind of already got a Kelsier reveal in Bands. But
yeah. And I think also like the way it worked this way, the Thydakar reveal wasn't really a Mistborn spoiler. Right. Unless you're looking for it.
Yeah.
Like unless you've read Mistborn. Yeah. So whereas if you had tried the reverse, I would argue that it might have been somewhat of a Stormlight spoiler. So I think this was the right direction to do it in.
I wanna counter that, because I think it could absolutely work in the Lost Metal, where in Bands of Mourning we find out that Kelsier is not only still alive, he's also just doing things, right? He's an active player on the world stage,
right?
And so what we can find in the Bands of in the Lost Metal is that he is reaching out beyond this world. And we can get a little bit about his avatars, we can get a little bit about his plans, and I don't know if we can get enough to, like, obviously just name dropping the Ghost Bloods will be
or give Ayatil a cameo.
Yeah, that would actually be real neat,
that could
because he is her Babsk, and so just having like a scene in the end or whatever where they're having a conversation.
Yeah, and I mean,
and when she's Scadrian, so like
she's a Scadrian descent, it's a little bit because she's but anyway, like what I was thinking, because Era 2 takes place after the time, or probably contemporaneously with like book 6, probably like at least after the time gap, probably.
Brandon even mentioned it on the stream, so that seems to still be true.
So that would be interesting to see how, like, the aftermath of like book 5 will, like, how will the Ghostblood situation turn out in book 5, and I can definitely see us getting some info on that as well in like Lost Metal, what position Kelsier is in now after all of that. So
Secret History 2. Well, what are we waiting at?
Brandon has mentioned a Secret History 2.
Yeah, Secret History 2. If that's about like meeting Yatil and forming the Ghost Blood, would be so spicy.
Into that.
That'd be awesome.
And the Secret History would be the place to do that, because like that's kind of the book where Brandon doesn't worry about, or it seems like the book where Brandon doesn't worry about like cross series spoilers, and he's just like, this is the peek behind the curtain. This is for my like hardcore fans.
My mom was very confused reading Secret History. For sure, because it'd been a long time since she read Era 1.
I'm pretty sure Brandon has said like a Mistborn Secret History 2 would be like the time gap between Era 1 and Era 2, kind of explaining what Kelsier was doing.
Founding the Ghost Bloods.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like being the sovereign, like founding the Ghost
many
Blood.
cults, not just one cult. It's got to be multiple cults. Come on.
Wasn't there some Marsh stuff in there as well?
And that's how he gets to know autonomy.
Like, we could get a lot of Southern stuff, like after the Catasandra. Oh, that sounds awesome.
Also, the Kandras were like, we're only going to have animal bodies from now on, and that is obviously not the case in Era 2. That was all going to get resolved there too.
Oh, really? Huh.
Secret
there's lots of fit in that gap.
Lots of people are like, would love Brandon to be on a thing. I'm like, that'd be good. That'd be cool. I'd love that.
Same.
Yep.
Yep.
No arguments from me. It's been a good decade since we last interviewed him, so that was like before Way of Kings came out, or like just after Way of Kings came out.
The Hero of Ages Q&A.
Well, no. I'm talking about the 17 Shard interview we did with Brandon in 2010.
Yeah,
that was the one where.
That was the one where we asked something about cultivation, and Brandon was surprised. He's like, "Oh, did I put cultivation in the book?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's in the book." Once it was like Way of King, like a decade ago, is just so weird to think about. But we did a 17 Shard Q&A. That was like 2012. So
I'll say, was it the 17 Shard Q&A where he said Way of Kings was going to be the longest one because it had a lot of world building?
No. That was the 2010 interview. He's like, Way of Kings is the length it needed to be, and this is not what Brandon sounded like, of course, but the next ones should be shorter. Sure, Brandon.
Oh, that's a good question. Book 5, do you reckon it'll be longer or shorter?
Longer, easily.
You're going to be longer. Yeah.
Gotta get an even 500,000 words. It's very important.
Brandon talked about it in the last stream. Like, he has to crack the 500,000.
Was it the New Year's live stream just the other day that he talked about how he realized they could print it bigger, and he's like, oh, okay, let's go bigger.
Yeah.
No, I haven't done any of the Patreon posts. But we'll definitely do that. In fact, let's grab a Patreon question.
Ooh,
sure.
KOW title predictions. Night of Winds.
Night of Winds.
Kies ohne Weihe. It's a German title because that means stones and hollow. It still works in German.
That's funny.
Just put a German title.
Yeah.
Ooh, Kaladin obviously wants therapy. That's solid. I like it. Nice.
He wants therapy so bad he is willing to invent it on a Roshar in order to set it for himself.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, because he sets up the people therapy, Adolin sets up the Spren therapy, and they just have a great time.
Ketex over Wayne time. I like it.
Fortunately for Wayne to appear in book 5, it would have to be a major retcon to his history.
No. With the power of time travel, we can make anything. We can make all sorts of.
Wayne is weird enough. Like, he could have gone off world.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Like, there's and there are theories that Wayne is like a full Fergus. Maybe he is Exenweth's son or something like that. Grew up on Roshar.
I was thinking it would like having some sort of like cameo where like Wayne has an accent, but it's like a Rosharan accent. Seems like something Brandon would do, but I don't know how he would get that across in text.
Yeah.
He pronounces a soft J. And everyone's like, why are you doing that?
I don't know. That's just something I heard from some bloke.
Or he pronounces like one of the planet names, like Islay. Like Islay had that list.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Scadaria.
Nalathis.
I was thinking Wayne does like wax notes that Wayne is doing an accent he's never heard before, and then he uses like the word goncho or something.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah. Whoa.
Oh, so he's he's the sleepless cousin, actually. Wait all along.
Sleepless Almancer. But this Patreon question. Theoretically, shard blades should be far more common than shard plate. I have an unresearched feeling that we will see more plate than blades, or at least a relatively even distribution. Please disillusion me with facts. I don't think we know a lot, to be honest.
Well, in the vision Dalinar had of the Radiance giving things up, I think everyone he saw was plated and bladed.
Yep.
It's not explicit. Like he sees, what is it, like 300 people drop down from the sky.
Yeah.
And then he sees them put down their blade. Well, it says something like they put down their blade and then like took off their plate, and he doesn't specify whether everyone's doing that or if some are only doing.
Seemed like all of them were plated.
There is enough room for finagling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think blades would be more numerous just because like not everyone will have reached their both blades.
Great, so we have even more missing shard blades. Fantastic.
The missing shard blades are the ADM cache of
Look, I would love for that to actually matter in book 5. That'd be great.
I just remember
go
pre-Hero of Ages, we were just like, what about the Adium cache? Like, this seems like a lost plot thread.
Yeah, just like the missing girls will show up again in Lost Metal.
Yeah,
and finally get the missing shard.
Oh yeah.
saw a question I wanted to answer real quick.
Yep.
You want to explain why Radiant Spren don't transform into armor that just won't break? I don't think you can get something as complex as a suit of armor. Like if Syl were to turn into a set of plate, I don't think she would be mobile enough to allow, like she can turn into a box, maybe, right? But like all the moving pieces that you need, that sounds too complicated.
The articulation.
I will say
agreed.
The limits of living shard blades are very ill-defined.
Yep.
Right now.
Yep. As all of that is very true.
So that I think that's fair speculation because
it might be interesting to have a thing where a knight with plate uses their shard blade as a instead of forming a shield on the hand, like you form a shield kind of over a specific section of your plate to just block a blow, and then your spren goes back to being a blade. Or
do like a Captain America style, like have a shield you can like chuck and stuff.
Oh yeah. That's plausible. That's plausible though.
Yeah.
That's very plausible.
You can do that. Although why you wouldn't do just like a spear that you throw and it goes through everything.
Because then you can be Captain America.
Because before you got chosen, you were like a professional Frisbee player. So that's why you know how to use.
Yeah.
Also,
Captain Alethkar. Captain Alethkar.
Not learned anything from Hades.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes they bounce into multiple shields.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
Just play Hades. Good game.
Hades is such a good
Very
game.
good game.
Let's do more Patreon questions before we
there's just only one
before we start talking about Hades.
Oh,
yeah.
I like this one though, yeah.
There's not many Patreon questions. That's because I put it up yesterday. But Garrett asks, so my question is, if you got to decide how Stormlight ended, how would you end it? Specifically, the final sequence or epilogue. No generalizations like, I want everyone to be happy or I want everyone to be dead. I did not, I thought about this a while. I have no idea how to answer this in a satisfactory way.
I could speculate like on book 5 how that might end, but book 10 I have no clue
Book
what I should say.
Far in advance.
So we're describing book 10 how we want Stormlight to end?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I would say is I want there to be some huge shard level movements on the level of like ruin and preservation being picked up by Sazed and being combined. Like something that level on the shard level. I think that's a safe. It's like a major series. Like
I think something happened on the like.
Wait, this is full Rhythm of War spoilers, right?
Yeah.
So I can
Yeah.
It's like
it's in the title of the stream.
Good.
I think that it would be interesting. So, regardless of how the conflict on Roshar and in the Rosharan system ends, I think it would be interesting to see a force of Rosharans leave the planet and go elsewhere, right? Scouring the cosmos to set us up for like Mistborn space age interactions between Scadrians and Rosharans.
Yeah.
Justice League in space. That's what that.
Here's what I'm thinking. So,
right.
End of book 10, Taravangian either convinces Cultivation to join forces with him or picks up the shard somehow. He has conquered most of Roshar. The forces are under his control, and they're like ready or like preparing to like leave the Rosharan system somehow, and like or like they're preparing for it. Yasna is like one of the last resistance against him, like flees the Rosharan system and like maybe with a couple other people and like goes to Silverlight because she's no longer safe. I don't know.
And then she kills them all.
Yeah.
Finally, she gets
actually
genocide in some form.
That a really interesting end to the series would be the like destruction of the planet and like
that would be very final.
Like if the main
it's a Dawn shard on Rosha, so
yeah, we gotta get some Dawn shard stuff, right? Like
and well, in the surges we know can be very.
We have to see the surges used in a ridiculously enhanced way. Like that's it has to.
So I think it's hypothetical. Like, and they've hopped planets as refugees before. So like,
let's go to Braze. It seems nice.
Well, but so like both Ashen and Braze would be like the perfect place to do these kind of massive surgy things in a safe safe as in we don't mess up the planet.
They could totally
there's people still
Braze.
There's people still living on a Braze though,
or there's a Noah's Ark style Exodus where Navani has invented a spaceship that can
Eurythia spaceship.
Oh yeah, Eurythia was not past tense a spaceship, but it will be a spaceship.
Navani retrofits or modifies the sibling to be a spaceship. And saves.
I think it'll be like a somewhat small group of refugees consisting of like the listeners and maybe like our main characters fleeing the system as Taravangian like cements his control over all the planets and begins preparing for a greater war.
My hope for the end of the series, my hope for the end of book 5 actually, but I think that's being optimistic, is Taravangian will not be a problem anymore. I'm so sick of him as a villain.
Wow,
so,
really?
If he could be like a book 5, like first arc villain and be done in book 5, I would love that. No. I feel like that's being optimistic. So I think settle for book 10. Taravangian is dealt with.
I think he's here for the long haul.
I think we're looking at Harmony versus Taravangian at the end of the Cosmere.
I don't think this is. I don't know if Brandon would go this route for like endgame Cosmere, but I'm hoping it's like Taravangian versus Autonomy versus Kelsier, and it's like none of them are really good, but they're all opposing each other in like villain. I mean, Void can also be like somewhat like of a morally gray, maybe like the least morally gray person in there, but like they're all opposing each other and none of them are really good, but
I like that.
What I'm clinging on to, my hope is you can never underestimate Brandon's ability to kill a villain prematurely.
Yes.
Because he has done that a lot.
That's true. People were saying about Ashen. We need Radiance to go to Ashen. Totally agree.
Yes. Yeah.
Someone was saying, was Silence Divine supposed to happen around book 7? I don't know if we know that. Is that true, Ian?
No information to me.
I feel like the site.
There has been somewhere where he said he might put it like at the roughly the same time as the main books, but he never I don't think he ever said clearly it definitely will be around one of the books. I don't think so.
I don't remember that explicitly.
No, I might be remembering something like that.
Because I know he's mentioned Ally of Law roughly in time with Mistborn, with Stormlight 7. But Silence Divine, I don't.
There's a WOP from 2018 where it says Silence Divine, are you allowed to talk about when it's going to happen in the timeline? It is late Stormlight Archive era. I imagine it being around book 8 or something like that. So
okay.
It's saying explicitly like that.
Man, that's. But we have to see Radiance go to Ashen or Braze or both. That's got to be relevant.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we've already seen one Radiant on Braze.
And technically two.
I also want, we know that Adonelson had a purpose for Rosha, like the system or the planet or whatever, so I also want that to become relevant maybe by book 10, because
I think it was because messing around.
I think Adonelsium just had a thing for crabs. And I wanted to see how many permutations of shell beings.
It's like in Disney's Hercules, the celestial alignment. All like 10 gas giants and Roshar are going to form a line, and it's going to shoot a beam into the scar and kill all the Fane life.
Yes,
it's the moon. He created
a solar system sized weapon. I love that.
How can we fit space whales into this?
And it's the beam.
The space whales are carrying massive mirrors that they use to direct and amplify the beam.
Yeah. There's a Eurythru style tower on every planet, and they all align, and then a beam comes from the sun and gets amplified by each Eurythru.
You're joking, but aren't like both the city of Elantris and like the DM on Taldane both have like mysterious ancient origins and like they're like
is very true.
Like Eden Elysium was just putting these like, well, actually, I suppose Erythera was built after Eden Elysium.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the precursor was built way back.
Yeah.
The mountains of Ur.
The mountain of Ur was supposed to.
Maybe it was an empty. It was an empty shell that the Radiants took for their own.
Here's what happened. Is Adonasium went around the universe creating life, and it kept evolving into crabs. And so he's like, I'm going to make a planet of just crabs and see if it evolves out of crabs. That's the purpose of Roshar.
It's a crabantine. It's quarantine for the crabs. He was like, stop ruining my other worlds, crabs. This is your...
Every time they evolve,
that's why there's so many aliens on Roshar.
That's why there's so many aliens on Roshar.
Get out of here.
Like, have you ever seen crabs on another planet in Roshar?
The Scadrial Roshar war in Space Age is over preventing the spread of crustaceans.
It's not just Troon life, Fane life, it's also crab life.
Yeah. Maybe
3 ecosystems.
The Fane were crabs all along.
Whoa.
You guys, what if
the real Fane were the friends we made along the way?
Or the crabs we made.
Yes. This is solid.
Have we opened the can of worms that would be anti-lights in the illumination surge? What do you mean by that?
Like, can you make anti-lights with like illumination? Well, so the thing is I think that comment is conflating what we call light with like the radiation that Stormlight and Voidlight give off, right? Because the light is actually stuff. It's investiture in the physical realm.
Investiture,
and it gives off electromagnetic radiation. So I'm
hypothetically,
not sure.
Light weaving could disguise something as anti-light.
Mm-hmm. Sure, and I mean you could use it to create the sound and like create, but you can also just use the metal plate that Navani had. So.
Yeah, you can probably use Stormlight to make an anti-void light, but imagine if you like the tone.
Yeah,
if you tried to make the anti-Stormlight tone, it would probably destroy the Stormlight you're using to create that.
Yeah,
this is complete tangent.
Excellent.
But I wonder if like a singer Lightweaver could like use their light weaving to like kind of manipulate the rhythms.
Yeah, that made me just think about that. I wish we had more about the masked ones. You know, the fuse using illumination.
Yeah.
And we also have the line that Rebonian apparently has her own rhythms created for her. So that's like
I picture that like the fused version of like custom flair on Reddit or something like.
I mean,
Rebonial has a super unique because she's
the 9 also had a like their own rhythm that they were speaking that Venli couldn't understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the rhythm of moderation. Actually,
very. I mean, the rhythm of spoilers is what I called it a couple of days ago somewhere else. I was gonna say something.
I don't know. I'm having fun. Are you guys having fun?
there's so much we don't know about the rhythms, and there's so much that is interesting that we could learn about them. That's I like.
Mm-hmm.
Why? So let's approach this from one of the many directions we can approach this.
Mm-hmm.
Venli's translation powers, right? They have to work on a connection basis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, there's a point in Rhythm of War where she notes that she's beginning to understand. So the longer she is Leshwi's voice, the more she's able to pick out on her intentions, even without Leshwi having said anything, right?
Yes.
And so that to me just like suggests a deepening of the connection between them, right? It's almost like a bond. And bonds are connections, so full circle. And so what does it mean for Venli to not be able to translate a rhythm?
Well, in terms of the 9, she does mention like she thinks Odium himself is preventing the ability from translating.
Yeah.
That like he is actively like putting a wall, is like, no, like you can't translate this.
You can't connect to that.
Yeah, because this is something I kind of think about when Honor and like back when Honor was alive, I'm thinking surely it'd be really easy to talk like as the Radiants. You could talk to Honor, like the Bondsmiths potentially could talk to Honor. And so how a shard communicates with people in the shard is about and actively like influencing things. I kind of see the 9 as like an example of that. Here is the absolute highest ranking people in your army, and they can communicate directly with Odium, but he puts a wall around it so no one can interpret what's being said.
It's like a secure phone line where like the other listeners or like other singers can't listen in.
Encrypted rhythm.
Yeah. Yes, like an encrypted rhythm that even his own powers or the powers he grants people can't break through.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, there's a question. All Regal forms use Void Binding, right? No, not right.
Nope.
Not right.
They use Void Light.
They use Void Light.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't know what Void Binding is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Short answer, not fused or anything.
Actually, like, and what are the Regals? Like, what is their magic system?
Surge
What
binding.
does dire form do?
What does diaform do?
It does dire.
It's very dire what it does.
Well, Spike's very dire. I don't know. I mean, like a lot of the stuff with singers, like you wouldn't say that there's a magic system. This would be the difference between Arcana and invested art, right? Because there's not an invested art, but there's magical things going on, right? It's not a magic system per se.
Well, when Brandon was first starting Stormlight, wasn't there a wob about like it having a bunch of magic systems?
30 magic systems.
30
Yeah.
I'd assume he's counting what the Regals are as one of the 30, maybe.
Right. I would say he's counting those as 9 of the 30.
Oh, okay.
Because he said, depending on how you count, it's 3 or 30.
Well, we don't even know how many Regal things there are.
Yeah.
Not fused, but Regal.
Oh, yeah. I meant fused.
Yeah. But yeah, for I guess Regals are something separate.
No.
For me,
the
it's
Fuse
kind of like
use Surge Binding, but the Regals do not use Void Binding. The Regals don't. There's not a formal magic system for that.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. There's Surge Binding, Void Binding, an esoteric third system, probably Regal stuff, Gabriel's old magic. I think trying to count magic systems is very nebulous.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I wonder if what the Regals are doing is something more similar to like they're almost like living Fabrials.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of just thinking is I see the Regals as a more natural extension of kind of the relationship that singers have with Roshar. Like it's almost something physiological. Like you wouldn't ask what magic system Mateform is using to be more matey. It's just part of their physiology. It's the result of the spren going into the gem heart and giving them a form, which gives them something, abilities.
Yeah, sort of like the stone shaping of the Dawn Singers, just with void spren, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not on that level necessarily, but
yeah. So chat's having a spirited discussion about oh man,
it's all surge binding.
Yeah, like what is surge binding? Like, is void binding even separate from surge binding? Like, Rosharans could be just calling all of these things surge binding, and maybe the fused are actually void binding, according to Chris, but not. I don't know, because Rosharans would call every magic surge binding.
Rosharans love applying a specific term to a general category.
Shorts are spren. And then there was.
Let me go find my theory on this.
Everything's a spren. Everywhere is Shadesmore. Yep. Every bird's a chicken.
Yep. Everything's wine.
Every alcohol is wine.
Yep.
Yeah. Every alcohol is wine. Yeah.
Then someone asked, before the Everstorm, why were singers looking for art form? Well, they just wanted to. That was just their exploration of rediscovering the forms. That was the forms.
Well, and art is really key to culture too. So I think in their search for their identity as a people,
right?
They wanted it for like the creativity part. They wanted someone who can think outside the box.
So that was a part of it, if I recall. Like this is something that got addressed in the book itself, I believe. And it was essentially, yes, creativity, but also, yes, if we can discover this form, then that gives us a way of, like, it gives us a direction to look into for discovering other forms as well.
Yeah.
It's
progress.
I think they also probably had a better understanding of how to get art form. Like, I think they knew it was creation spren. They just couldn't get any creation spren.
Yeah.
Which makes it easier than choosing like a random like scholar form or whatever, where they might not even know the spren yet.
Do we know the spren for the most of the forms that we've seen?
No. Well, some of them.
Or can we surmise?
About most. I mean,
we know a handful.
We would have had a hard time guessing, like, what was it, ground spren or gravitation spren for work form.
That's also quite aggravating to me. There's gravity spren apparently, or like Bren has used gravity spren, gravitation spren, and ground spren. Like, are those the same? Aren't they the same?
Yeah.
What was the war form one?
It was like light,
I think.
Pain.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the one that she had to gather near where lightning had just recently struck? Was that Storm?
This was Storm form,
Yeah, cool.
I wonder how many like normal forms there are.
Yeah, what's the difference between
song?
How many stanzas is Song of
aren't there like 99 stanzas in the Song of Listing?
But they might not all be.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's an upper bound.
Yeah. Or lower bound, depending on
lower bound. Yeah, that's a lower bound.
Yeah. Actually, lower. That would be a lower bound, wouldn't it?
Although being 99 forms would be very odium.
There's 90 stanzas,
singer forms.
And then there's final
99.
I want to say that in Rhythm of War during one of the flashbacks, like we do get a number for which stanza the final stanza is. And part of me wants to say it's 91.
Well, it's coming to my head now is like I've got 99 forms and Del form ain't one.
97.
Well, it's
slave form.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
It's 91 because there's the 90 stanzas and then the final stanza. There's at least 91.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think it. Let me just look something.
Well, there's a ton, definitely.
Yeah,
there's a bunch. I would say potentially maybe even one for every potential spren. You just need to be in the right thought process with the right rhythm to actually get that form.
Yeah. There's forms that Brandon wants to write about, and there's probably more.
All right, can we talk about how we got freaking night form
Yes!
The
Night
future
form guards?
site.
The night form guards?
Future site form. And we got 2 of those.
Just randomly.
Yeah, but they have names.
Yuri Allen and whatever the hell the other one was, Light and Mystery. And then Brenda's like, I'm just not going to talk about these people ever again in this book,
guard.
even though...
They're just regular guards.
Here's my theory about them and like why the night form's existence doesn't like interfere with Odium. I think night forms have either like some kind of song or ability where they connect with Odium and Odium directly gives them visions of whatever he wants them to see.
I like that.
Also, chapter 45,
Nestaria.
Fenley does explicitly say the Song of Listing is 91 stanzas.
Oh, that's good to know. Cool.
Oh, there you go.
Cool. Nice.
Well, then we have our lower bound.
We have our lower bound. There's at least that many forms.
Yeah.
So there's plenty.
Unless multiple stanzas cover, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah, the night forms are crazy. The night forms are super crazy. Reading those songs.
We haven't seen Smoke form yet.
Oh
Nope.
yeah,
This one that can walk through walls, right?
That one was the. No, it was kind of like the. We thought it was like the light weaving form, and then we saw the masked ones. Yeah. So I imagine something like that.
I wonder.
Do you want
just
me to
based
read
on
it?
the name,
go ahead.
If smoke form has ash spren, I could see, or I guess, but then radiant spren wouldn't be for regal. That wouldn't make sense.
They wouldn't be. Smoke form for hiding and slipping between men, a form of power like human surges. Bring it round again, though crafted of gods, it was by unmade hand. Leaves its force to be, but one of foe or friend.
Yeah, we talked about that one a lot during whatever episode.
Oh, wait, yeah, the one that people didn't view on the singer forms. Yeah, that one. And people didn't like that.
Wow, calling the fans out.
Well, I'm just saying the analytics were lower. They want death rattles. They liked the death rattles. They did not like our song.
Everyone loves death rattles.
Analysis.
Should have been singing the songs, then maybe.
Yeah. I think it's because we did the boring ones first, and then the interesting ones in the second episode, and then people. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I don't know. Tell us in chat why you didn't click on it.
Comment down below for why you didn't watch our singer form. Shut up.
Go. Pause the stream and go watch her video.
We're not sure they're still around.
I mean, the thing is that all these things are crazy that we have so many more subscribers, because there are definitely people who watch the old stuff. Like that stuff is still getting views, just very slowly, which is cool.
Yeah. Yep. I saw a question a bit further up where someone asked about the attack that Raboniel did on someone when they were attacking the tower.
Yeah.
She basically just breathed on someone's face and he fell down screaming.
Look, you need to brush your teeth, even ancient immortal fused. Need to
when you don't brush your teeth for 6,000 years.
Yeah, that's real rank. They're like, I'll just inhabit a new singer. I don't need to brush teeth on this.
Do the Nexim, the ones of the husk, do they get clean teeth with every new body or is it...
Asking the real questions.
Asking the real questions here.
That's probably tied to identity.
Yeah,
probably.
Look, if the pursuer had done a lot of exercising and was sweating a lot, and then created a new body, would the sweat be created too? It's just
okay. Speaking of the pursuer, sorry, this is kind of a tangent. Is anyone else...
The true Shardcast experience.
The true Shardcast experience. Whole hair for clothing thing.
Hold up. Stop, guys.
Yeah.
Something's wrong.
I
haven't seen any new shot. Yeah.
Lucy, can you still hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, Lucy can still hear us.
Really?
Yeah.
And I can see the stream move.
Well, the bitrate says offline when that doesn't sound good.
Oh yeah, that doesn't sound good.
That's weird. But it's back to the... I think Twitch is just having some
a
issues
moment
in general because I also can't connect to chat right now.
Same.
I tried refreshing the page and it's stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but people are saying in Discord the stream is still going. Chat seems to be broken.
Okay.
So.
All right. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Neat.
Well, we'll keep an eye on the Discord chat. You guys can keep talking. We're
Zero drop frames. No frames are dropped. Apparently. So
great.
All right. I can't see the Discord chat, so you guys can.
Yeah.
Steam.
Well,
I just looked on the Twitch status page. Just all chat servers are down.
Oh, okay.
Right. Apparently, also don't reload the page, or it'll break the stream. So,
yes.
Well, I
stick around, guys.
I reloaded it on my phone, and I have the stream, but not the chat.
Okay. So I was able to go to the main stream page, and that's fine. It's the mod view that's not.
Okay.
Okay. Oh wait! There's a new thing in chat.
We're saying it's back.
Is it back?
Oh,
it's not.
Are you here?
Back for me.
Oh, it broke again.
Yeah, at least the status page still says order offline.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, well, it will be back soon.
Yep.
Someone ping someone in Discord if the stream actually goes down. But not me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have the Discord chat open.
Cool.
Me too.
Yeah, I've got Discord chat open. Let's carry on.
This is probably the fun and exciting content our YouTube VOD viewers really care about right here.
Yeah. Talking about our Twitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was saying, did anyone else? I got unreasonably bothered by the concept of the pursuer using his hair and beard as his clothing.
It's weird.
Like it just like really bothers me.
No, I got it right. It's like Bayonetta,
It's
right?
like Bayonetta, right?
It's just imagine it's like real sexy like. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I just wonder how much grooming does that take? Like hair this long can take a while. Like
he must have to do that every time he gets reborn, like.
Yeah. Well, and also like I'm guessing it must be very coarse and like clingy hair, so there like gaps don't form.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
It is very gross.
It bothers me.
When he possesses a new body, part of the change is probably the growth of the hair, right? Because their carapace changes, their skin marbling changes, and so that probably comes with the package.
But see, here's the thing: like, it's a little gross to me, and I feel like, okay, this form is a form of like power, and we know like mate form is a separate form, so why not just make a body that has nothing that needs covering on it, and you can like a statue?
Because this is Brandon, and he's not just going to have people be naked.
Well, no, but are you really naked if you're just
shell?
Like if you're just as like a
maybe it's just a
maybe you have built-in underwear, like statue underwear,
carapace underwear.
That is fair because that's what the deepest
carapace diapers.
Maybe Lesbian just likes it this way.
Naked.
Lesbian just like it this way.
Maybe Lesbian doesn't have to, and the other like hushed ones don't have hair for clothes, and they all just think he's really weird.
He not only pursues people, he also pursues a weird style, I guess.
No, it's psychological warfare is what it is.
You're just so you're just so confused by all the hair.
Yeah. How does it work? Okay.
It is weird.
Well, thank God he's dead. So
that is good that he's dead. I'm very pleased he's dead.
We got I see a question in Discord chat.
Okay.
Nitpicking guy says, by opening a particular perpendicularity this often, is Dalinar going to become an honors perpendicularity savant?
Ooh.
Well, like I think if you're channeling more investiture, if you have the potential to become a savant in that way, it could happen faster if you're doing like larger amounts, right?
I think something very specific is happening with Dalinar, which by the time he would become a perpendicularity savant, he's probably going to have become something else. by that point.
That's true.
Yeah, because like Brennan's a Laurasium savant is basically just ascending.
Yeah.
It's an interesting point.
I think it would take a very long time for something like that to happen. And I also don't know whether opening a perpendicularity is kind of a specific enough use of investiture to form this kind of what I think of as build-up on the spirit web.
Yeah. Because is he like, he's not like channeling too much through him, right? Like,
does he even use Stormlight to do it, or does he just do it?
It's actually a good question.
Yeah,
I don't think he does.
I think he just does it
because he can that when he grants people Stormlight like without a perpendicularity, is that using his own Stormlight, or is that
no?
Yeah, it's also just
supercharging
them, right? Yeah, so
yeah.
Or is he like
maybe he needs a small amount?
Yeah, like a spark, like he
to
needs
light
a
the
spark
fire.
to light the fire, and then he has unlimited to like refill.
I know some of us have talked about like an activation cost of
Yeah.
some investiture abilities.
Right.
So maybe that's the kind of thing going on here.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Huh.
yeah.
But like I think summoning the perpendicularity is also distinct from him just granting Stormlight to people.
Oh,
because
yeah,
the body can just grant Terror Light to people, theoretically.
Yeah.
She can't do a perpendicularity.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. Because the perpendicularity is something that's unique to Honor's relationship to the Stormfather and Honor's current status, right?
Yes.
Like they've said it's not something that previous bondsmiths could do.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Because
I guess the question
really didn't get much of that in Rhythm of War of like Downar's abilities. Because I guess he doesn't know, but it's like,
yeah, I mean, that's the whole storyline is doesn't know what he's doing.
I'm trying to remember, was he out of Stormlight the first time he opened it? Like when Odium was about to...
I think he was out of Stormlight. I think he was, because that was kind of lowest moment. Like he just he had nothing at that point.
But he swore an ideal. That always gives you some power, right?
Yeah.
So,
And I guess, like, we don't know how much the Stormfather is involved when he creates perpendicularities. Like, maybe something is going on there. I don't know.
It's really very weird.
Yeah. Yep. We do need more of that in Book 5. We need some answers to Dalinar.
I want some Dalinar.
Look, Ishar's totally sane and we'll be giving the answers, so we're good.
He seems trustworthy.
He's the only sane herald.
With Rhythm of War setting up like Ishar as a plot point and Taravangian as a plot point, and like Dalinar, it's going to be a big Dalinar book.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Huge Dalinar.
Like,
quick question.
Similar to Oathbringer level.
Just without flashbacks, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does Ishar open a perpendicularity? Because I see people in Discord chat saying
that's how we get the Tukari to.
Yeah. Zeth collapse it with Nightblood.
Yeah.
But I thought Dalinar opened that.
No, that was.
Dalinar did open one, and then I believe
or did Ishar hijack it?
No, and then he either hijacked it or he opened one himself. And Dalinar was like, "What? He can do that as well?" And they had a brief conversation with the Stormfather about a bondsmith unchained.
He left through one.
They left through one. Yeah.
I wonder though if Ishar, if that's not something he could do before. If it's like, oh, now that Dalinar can do that,
or now that Honor's dead, because Honor is not regulating the power, right? Like there's that aspect as well.
That is definitely a factor. I wonder if Ishar was able to do that before quote unquote a bondsmith bound the other surges.
What's even going on with all that stuff? And also, Tanavast, what are you doing, given the person who first experimented with surges, these bondsmith abilities with the honor blade? That just seems like a bad idea. I don't know.
I just imagine,
destroy the world. Like...
Yeah.
Just imagine like it as like a garage door with like two switches, and like Ishar like trying to open it, and Tanavast at the other switch being like, nope, closing it, and then just like
No, know what I just thought of that's interesting, thinking about the honor blade, like that was Seth's father's blade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? So in Seth's flashbacks, are we going to get to see someone who's not Ishar using the bondsmith?
Yeah.
Zeth has practiced in all 10 surges.
All of them. But like, if it was his father's like habitual blade, like we'll probably get to see it being used in some of the flashbacks.
See, yes, but I think because of all the things that Zeth is wrong about in the way of King's prologue, I have a feeling that we're just going to see a bunch of Zeth's dad being wrong about bondsmith things in those flashbacks.
Yeah.
I'm excited for those.
I'm very excited for those.
Family like a given to the stone shamans.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's weird?
Yeah. What?
Loads of things.
So, lots of things. Around the time of the Recreants, Honor was raving
Yes.
against the Knights Radiant and how they were going to destroy the world.
That's right.
So why did he leave a voicemail for Dalinar to refound the Knights Radiant?
Now that's a good question.
He was going mad. He was raving, you know. He wasn't.
I kind of wonder if it was. Well, it's similar to like Ishar too, right? Like Ishar's going one route, and then he gets like his moment of clarity, and he's like, "Come find me in Shinovar" or whatever. And then he's back to crazy. Like it could have been something like that for Honor,
like a moment of lucidity.
Yeah.
Like
where he's like, "I need to leave this narrative so people don't listen to me when I'm."
Like, because he...
Crazy. I don't know.
He at least needed to persist through the Recreants, right? Because he saw at least that vision, presumably, right? And maybe he was just... Maybe that really, like, changed him, like, once he saw the effects of the Recreants, like, in actuality, rather than, like, it's a different thing with it being theoretical. Like, hey, the Radiants should disband. It's like, oh, you guys did. I mean, I guess you did that, but that didn't go super great.
Yeah, maybe. Like he was like, oh no, the Radiants are going to destroy Roshar, and then the Radiants like had the Recreants and the Spren were killed, and then he saw more into the future and was like, well, that was a mistake.
Especially because, like, if you think about the spiritual realm, right? It's all about like branching paths, and once the Recreants happens, maybe you can go like more look along those paths and actually see that easier than before that happened, right?
Yeah, because it's such a big event.
Because it's such a big branching path, and if you didn't like know that it would be there, then Oh, Matt, you're back. Hi.
No.
No.
I don't think he is.
No.
What if like Honor was raving and Cultivation was like, no, honey, like this is a bad idea. And then it was like he just wouldn't listen. And then it was like after the Recreants, he's like, yes, honey, like you were right. Like the Recreants was a bad idea. I was wrong. I should have listened to you. I know.
It's very interesting to imagine what Honor and Cultivation's relationship was like around the time of the Recreants when he's dying. You know? Right? Like, that's just crazy. Oh, rip Matt. Now we're on 2 lines. Hey. This is exactly why we did it this way with no overlay.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what, like, Ishar's reaction to Honor's death and the ravings were if he was like, come on, Honor, it's been like 4,000 years. I know I destroyed a planet. Like,
it'll be fine.
Yeah,
that's true. That is true, though. There's so little we know about Honor's death, how that worked in any way, when it even happened, after Recreants.
Or why.
Yeah. Just, like, we basically know nothing about that, other than that it happened. And the fact that Honor regulated things and now is not regulating things, and what does that all mean? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that has to do with like some measure of control the shards have over their magic systems, right? Because preservation was also able to manipulate elemancy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just interesting because, like, the structure was put on the Radiants for more oaths, but then they also got more power, right?
Did they?
Yeah, we talked about this in the Word of Brandon.
Yeah, we talked we talked about it, but I'm not sure that's what the thing said.
Isn't it? Let me open our document. Like, I
remember you said that in the episode that hasn't aired, by the way.
Yeah, it hasn't aired. I'm sure this conversation is super fun.
and I meant to voice concerns there as well, and I just didn't. But like, I don't know that the oaths also meant more power. I know that in the past we've talked about Radiants maybe having been stuck at like around level 3, right? So or Surge Binders rather.
Yeah.
Because the Spren were imitating the Honor Blades, and so the Spren had to be able to turn into blades, so equivalent power level of about level 3. But I don't know if the additional oaths also meant more power.
I think something we spoke about was like deeper power. Like you get this, you can do the same things, but you just get like a better way of doing them, or you can do new things with those same things.
More like a wider access to the surge.
I guess this has just been my headcanon for so long that like since like book 2, like we've seen the difference between Honor Blade and Radiant, right? I don't know. I think that is what happened, though.
Yeah.
That's my theory, and I'm sticking to
it. Matt, you are... Well, we don't have cam view for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you're muted in case, in case you were trying to say something.
Yeah.
To change topics slightly, Grey Hive has posted a comment on the Patreon asking, do we have any resolutions or goals for the 17th Shard in 2021?
Oh, that was an early question in chat that I just totally missed because we were blabbing about other things.
10K subscribers.
Well,
easiest one to read.
Real high.
Oh, for the 17th Shard in particular.
Probably get the site update. Hopefully.
Don't make promises like that, Paleo.
I'm not making promises, just saying hopefully we could get that done.
Oh, we were supposed to do something with that yesterday. I kind of forgot.
Yeah,
I totally forgot too. Yeah. It's going great, guys. No problems whatsoever with
more shorter content.
More shorter content, yes.
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 More things, outside of Shardcast, just...
Yep.
Yeah. More shorter content.
We definitely do need short content.
Yes.
Because these things are very long, for sure. And
I don't know. What do you guys want us to do?
Yeah, that's a great question.
It's a fan site. It's a site for the fans.
I love the part that they can't respond in Twitch chat with this question. That's my favorite part.
Join our Discord.
That's yours.
Is there even a link to that on the Twitch page? I don't even know.
I didn't sabotage Twitch HQ just to not get any more Discord users.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yes, people in the comments. We're not going to be stopping doing super long Shardcasts. We're doing
No.
More shorter content outside of Shard.
Yeah. Shardcast
in addition.
Shardcast is mandatory.
It
will probably go back to bi-weekly after February, but we'll see. Like definitely February or March, at the end of one of those 2 months, something like that.
Because I see somebody saying they love like Rhythm of Reviews, and we're probably going to do when it comes to book 6. And maybe if you have other chapters, we're definitely going to do it again, I think. It's great doing those.
Yeah.
Not for 2021, of course, but...
Yeah, there'll be some things like that.
And for me and Lucy stuff, we've actually already filmed our first video for 2021. So I'm going to edit that. That'll probably be like end of January time. That's not like any of the stuff we've done before.
I'm so interested to see the camera work.
Yes.
Is that the couple's pinup calendar, or is that coming out later this year?
This is the Only Hands video.
The hands hub.
The overhands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do some more like article stuff that isn't just like news. I don't know.
Ooh, yes.
That seems ambitious.
See, the problem with like news articles is that no one reads them. The problem with that is that like if we just scripted a video and did it, it would do way better than a news article. Like that's just a fact. Speaking of, Grace, we should probably like actually work on that video, you know?
Yeah, I know. Yes, before you actually have to go back to work and no longer have time to do it.
I mean, my resolution, which is not related to the 17 chart at all, but I'm going to blab about it anyway, is Brandon was saying, to be a writer, you should write 100,000 words a year. Then you can say you're a writer. That's like that's under 300 words a day. And so I'm like, I can do 300 words a day. That's not that much. Like, and so that's what I'm doing. And that's what I'm gonna do. Even if they don't have to be good, as Brandon always says. And as you can see in the Dawn Shard things, drafts, it's a drafting process. When you're doing the first draft, you're discovering all sorts of fun and interesting things.
Yeah.
So
I had
Go ahead.
I was going to say I had a 2020 goal of finally writing a novel, because I finally finished planning a novel before 2020. I was like, I got like 35,000 words into it. And then my writing just dropped off completely. And I'm like, cool, I'm going to try and finish that novel before I'm 30. I've got my new goal, which is this year, because I turned 30 this year because I'm fucking old.
Ben, you can't curse here. I have to bleep that, Ben.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Come on. I know it's like we're just chatting, but come on.
It's easy to forget, especially now that we don't have Twitch up, because...
Yeah. Right, yeah. This is just like our pre-show for every Shardcast ever, where we're just like, let's blabber for an hour to 90 minutes before we even hit record. Yeah.
My personal goal is to read more and to keep a better track of what I read, so I know how much I read.
Reading.
So it's like I spent yesterday building a spreadsheet so I can keep track of what books I want to read and what books I have read.
Reading.
That sounds like effort.
Yeah. I gotta reread Era 2. I do not remember those books at all. Like
that's a goal for 2021.
Yeah, seriously. Like I just don't know. Like whenever we get on, let's talk about medallions. I'm like, I don't remember the medallions. We should probably do that to prepare Lost Metal content, because I know in our Shardcast list, medallions has been on there for a long time on our potential Shardcast topic list.
We can put it off until 2022 because
yeah,
it won't come out until then, so all good.
yeah. That's a January 2022 thing. Right before Lost Metal beta comes out. That we can't talk about it anymore. Ooh, what? So, I guess I can just blab about what sort of stuff is coming vaguely soon. So we recorded 2 WoB episodes. So those are probably going to be this month. I know on our agenda, we're going to have a Lord of Scars podcast. But Feather has to be on that one. That's just a fact. And she has
opinions.
She is home, but she's with her family, so she'll be back soon, and so we'll probably record that sometime soon. But see, the problem with like these big topics is that they kind of require a lot of planning. It's kind of hard. Like the lights thing, you basically had done all the work for that, Argent, already. And for Bod Mishram, I did all the work for that. It's like, all right, sweet.
Yeah, those episodes were just recaps of the articles.
Yeah, because we wrote the cover bind articles, so it's like, all right, I got all the quotes, we're set. But like we're gonna do one on surges and surge binding sometime. We got to talk about that Honor's Truest Surge BS. And stuff. And like how fused are surge binders? Maybe. I mean, I only say maybe because Rasharans call everything surge binding now, so that kind of ruins everything.
No.
I can't wait.
We're gonna call them surge binders.
Yep.
I can't wait for the inevitable scene where someone like unequivocally void binds on screen, and then some Rasharan pipes up and goes, "Oh, look, he's surge binding," and it's like, no.
But that's
Chris pops out of a perpendicular that calls him out.
Yeah. Basically,
stop that.
We do the topics that someone outlines. Mostly Grace.
Yeah.
Grace makes the outlines. So what she wants to do, we do, because then we have an outline. And because outlining's hard. Like, WoB episodes are the best episodes because all we have to do is grab them. We don't need to like think about it ahead of time. We're just like, all right, we got the WoBs in a doc, then we go through. Poor Matt. Rip. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff to do. We'll do some character-y stuff too, sometime. But
yeah, there's a lot of character stuff in Rhythm of War that we still haven't talked about. Navani and Urbonio.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that.
Yeah.
Lots of cool stuff.
The best characters in the book.
There's such a big list of stuff that we need to talk about. Like, we got to talk about Ishar's crazy experiments. Like, we got to talk about that. We got to talk about Shallan and Testament. We got to do that.
Oh yeah, got to do that deep dive on what is going on with those oaths, and
hopefully Jess will get my package, and hopefully her internet will be sufficient for her to be on that podcast.
That seems ambitious.
We're talking about all of these like big topics, important topics, and it's like what's probably going to happen is like I feel like outlining an episode about Vyre and his Black Bridge 4 uniform, and that's what
I could talk for hours about Vyre and his Black Bridge 4 uniform.
We exist solely at the whims of Grace.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, we're bored. Let's do a WoB episode. Like, I don't want to do work in outlining. Because it'll be like Friday before we record on Saturday. And it's like, what are we doing? I don't know. We have a topic, but we haven't done anything. Grace is like, I did some stuff. It's probably fine. That's what happens.
One day we'll be more professional, but it's not going to be this day.
Weekly podcasts are a lot. That's a lot of stuff.
And in Discord, I saw a lot of people like agreeing that we should do more chill streams like this, which I
definitely think that will be a thing.
More streams in 2021, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's significantly more chill for me to not need to adjust overlays constantly when anything changes. So this is nice. So that's easy. Maybe we should like do something for Patreon, like tiers.
Oh yes,
maybe
adding a tier to the Patreon rather than just a tip jar.
Yeah. Maybe we can do something like that.
It's like we
appreciate our patrons.
We really do. Like, we have an absurd amount of patrons.
Yes.
We genuinely, as of recording, 164 patrons. That's insane, guys. Thank you so much. Like,
yeah.
And honestly, I like a wide base of low dollar amounts, right? Like, that's good stuff, I think.
Yeah. Also, thanks to all the Nitro boost us on Discord. You're also very much appreciated. Yeah.
Yes.
Because it means that these calls that we have on the Discord channel are higher bit rates. So Nitro Boost
Yeah, I don't think you can see it now with like Argent and Ian just being pixely, and I don't know what's going on with Matt and Ben kind of being pixely. Man, there that goes. There you go. I don't know. So, well, I'm glad
we recently
you're enjoying.
Unlocked the ability to have memberships on YouTube, and we're kind of like the exact same problem we've got Patreon, where it's like, cool, we could do that, but we don't know what we'd give people if they give money.
yeah, like if we put actual tiers, then we should like do things specifically for patrons. And by the way, you do get some content early when it's actually done early, which is rare.
And there's a few outtakes and stuff that only patrons get.
Oh yes, that's true. They're usually really terrible, honestly. But sometimes they're funny and sometimes they're just crude. So
somebody just asked that maybe you could answer, Eric. How far away are we from being able to enable subs on Twitch? Like we'd only want to do that, of course, if we.
I don't know.
I think it has to be a thing where you stream regularly for.
Yeah, we actually have to do more than 2 streams a year. I think there is a certain amount of streams that we have to do.
Yeah, it's like 2-3 times a week for at least an hour or something like that, and then you keep that up for like 2 months.
Just support us on Patreon, that'd be fine.
4859, it's better to support on Patreon.
You know, maybe
Twitch Prime would be a good thing, to give as it would be an easy way to support us, but I don't think that's too realistic.
Because if we get subs, then I can move my Twitch Prime sub to myself and essentially just give myself money through Amazon. That's synergy right there. No, I can totally do that because I have the 17 Chart Twitch account and my Twitch account. Aha!
There you go.
What a pyramid scheme we've come up with. I really got that under $5 from Amazon a month. Yeah. Suck it, Jeff Bezos.
Oh, I also saw someone suggest that what if they sent in outlines? Don't send in whole outlines, but if you suggest like topics for us, we do pay. Like it does help us if we start running on topics.
I see what. Yeah. The problem I see with that potentially is that it's like reviewing articles on the Coppermind. You know, reviewing articles on the Coppermind, it's like, well, there's a lot of stuff here, but in order to like verify all the stuff is also sort of like doing the thing in the first place, and that's why there's a lot of stuff in the review queue on the Coppermind. But yeah. That's an interesting idea. We'll think about it. We'll chat about it. Because
I just want to point out Space D, who says, I still want my Ian hosted podcast about dragons. Who are they? Where are they? Why are they? Because dragons. And the answer is simple. Corvellium of Astri, who brings the news at dawn, is a dragon. I think we can all agree on that. Edgley is a dragon, and Bovidin is a dragon. These are all
easy peasy.
Ian, I really think that this is a really solid 5-minute YouTube video, or like 90-second YouTube video where you just say exactly that.
And there also were some suggestions and questions about maybe participating, like maybe making Who's the Cosmere character and stuff like that. More of that and having people participate in that maybe. And I think we could be doing that as streams, like just dedicated Who's that Cosmic character and maybe even Ship It or Rip It streams that are not regular like shortcasts, and we could at least burn through the backlog a lot quicker that way.
I was saying I completely forgot about Who's That Cosmic character.
Oh, we got to do some of that. Yeah,
we got to do some of that.
We'll do some of that.
Some punny username who has the comment, every female vessel is a dragon. You make that joke. I also made that joke. Yes, like there are only 2 options. If you're a male vessel, you are human. If you're female, you're either a dragon or a showdown. Those are the 2 genders. There are more than 2 genders.
Yes, the gender binary, human and non-human.
Exactly.
Yes. Yep. Human males and dragon females. It's the only ones allowed. But yeah, we'll definitely do some Who's That Cosmere character before we go.
Absolutely.
Whoa!
And,
is there a message in chat? Whoa! Is chat back? Are we back, chat?
The servers are slowly coming back.
Okay.
At least
okay.
I'm in chat. Oh, exciting!
Still seeing, at least on the moderator view, I still see the.
I got to send them. Right. Oh, chat,
yes,
we're back.
I'm back.
Chat,
we're back.
Right. Hey! Yay!
Okay. And before it disappears, Louis Casiro says, "I loved the Daniel episode," which is good because it was so
very
much fun time to record.
It was so much fun.
Are you planning any other collab?
Let's go with short answer yes.
Ruffle.
Yeah, Ruffle. I don't really want to say anything that has not been confirmed,
recorded.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Yeah.
We would like to do more collabs. There's nothing to announce yet.
That's right. Yes.
But yeah, the Daniel Green episode, I know I was very nervous going into it.
Yeah.
And it was one of the easiest episodes we've ever recorded.
Easy. He is so easy to talk to. We could have easily
the nicest dude.
Yeah. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now I have a bit rate according to Twitch, so that's nice.
Excellent.
Well, at least not in just OBS, so that's good.
Before we take more from Twitch, maybe there was also one question from somebody whether there's a way they can help us in making and maintaining info and videos, and you can definitely contribute to the Coppermind, and that is always a huge help in research for topics as well.
Yes.
So. Yep.
The Coppermind is definitely the one place that is kind of the most accessible 17th shard offering. That is also the most useful, not only to us but to the entire fandom.
Oh yeah,
normal humans.
We use the Coppermind all the time.
Yes.
Other Cosmere nerds use the Coppermind a lot. The casual fans of the Cosmere use the Coppermind. So it's a win-win-win-win situation there.
Here's a question from chat. Would a corrupted / enlightened gravitation spren produce a plain work form? I have no idea.
We don't know.
That's
a really good question.
I could see it going either way.
I could do something different.
I feel like there has to be a difference.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm the work form comes from the relationship between the singer and the gravitation spren. And so if enlightening a spren doesn't fundamentally change what that spren is, which it doesn't appear to be because it can still be used as a Truthwatcher spren, I guess it would still have to do the same thing for a singer, maybe slightly different. I don't know.
I was thinking maybe it's still work form, but it has slightly different effects on the mental state of the singer.
Yeah, that would
maybe they can hear. Maybe they can hear different rhythms more easily, or no, they get annoyed when other people don't do their work quickly. I don't know.
Yeah, slight differences, but it's still work form.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's work form asterisk.
Yeah,
Renarin is still a Truth Watcher, right? And he is way more weird than a corrupted work form would be.
One chat said Discord chat's superior to this though, honestly. Yeah, but I can't see that because Discord is what screen cap, so I like this better. Someone's like, why does the fandom Stormlight wiki exist? Does anyone actually use it?
Rafa,
it is not run by
us.
And basically one person just edits it. And we'll maybe leave it at that.
I imagine some people do use it because better
analytics.
SEO,
Yeah,
SEO.
We got to work on SEO stuff for Coppermind.
So if you Google Stormlight things, you will often go to that, or that wiki will often be ranked higher than the Coppermind.
Yeah.
And in fact, sometimes when you Google Mistborn terms, you land on a very similar Mistborn wiki, which is even less populated.
Well, I could blab, but I won't. That's probably for the best.
Yes, let's move on.
So we'll just cut this. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah, we'll cut it. We'll cut it in post.
If you want to go to Coppermind, it's usually best to just add Coppermind after or before any Google search. Then you'll usually get the right.
Or just go to the Coppermind and search things there.
But
MediaWiki search is known for being excellent. That's what I was just alluding to. We will look into SEO stuff. The issue with SEO is that MediaWiki makes things complicated, and we need to do stuff manually. And so, there's over 3,000 articles. So we just need to pick a thing. We just need to have a very clear plan. Because if we don't have a clear plan, then we'll have to do the work again, and we don't want to do the work again. It'd be very bad.
Okay.
So
I see JMW19 has a question on Patreon.
Okay.
Now that it's been a while, have any of your favorite moments from Rhythm of War changed? And I get email notifications. That's why
I do too, but they don't go in my primary email folder. So
neither do I, but my phone's going off.
Oh,
so
okay.
My favorite moment has not changed. It is still Devani shooting tower light laser beams out of her eyes, because that is the best scene.
I was like, mine's not changed.
No.
Yeah, mine's still Kaladin's last march, Eshonai's last flight.
Yeah. I don't anticipate any of these moments are going to change until potentially we do a reread.
Yeah, you got to do a reread. Yeah.
I'm going to do my audio reread at some point during 2021. I normally do those pretty soon after I finish my physical read. So
yeah, I'm waiting for the graphic audio to finish all 6 parts before I do that.
I'm so sorry to the person who said they said that I said if you Google and all their Google things went off. I'm surprised my Google Home hasn't gone off. It's over there. But I'm actually not sorry.
I've been.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
You forget the power you have, like live streaming, because I could be like, Siri, please subscribe to the 17th Shard YouTube channel. And see what happens,
I do want to address this question by somebody who's too lazy for a proper username.
Okay.
Because it's interesting.
Yes.
Why did Rolaine react so negatively to the anti-void light tone? Are Painspren close to Odium? Which they think would make sense. Is he just used to the normal tone? Did Odium screw with all the singers in some way?
I think he did screw with the singers.
Yeah, like the singers are partially of Odium, so it makes sense.
Yeah. I think he did alter them a bit.
I could also see it being just a general thing that they might react to anti-rhythms. Or lights in general, because it's just anti.
They're opposite of it.
Yeah,
they obviously have connection to Roshar, and therefore the pure tones of Roshar. And so the anti-tones and the opposite rhythms could be like inherently unpleasant to them.
I was going to say, because I'm trying to remember if Navani reacts negatively to the anti-tones at all, or whether she just is.
She doesn't. I think that's probably like a.
No, she does.
She does.
She reacts badly to the anti-stormlight tone.
Okay, Navani's not great.
It's not. So for the anti-void light tone is like physically painful to Raboniel.
Yeah.
The anti-stormlight tone is just like it sounds unpleasant to Navani.
And that's kind of what I'd expect.
Like a concordant, like chaotic bad music.
So, Ben, you're saying that R'laine would just react at that level to the anti-void light tone? Right.
Yeah, just because he's a singer, and obviously they can hear the tones and the rhythms all the time, and so by hearing an anti-tone, he would react to that. I mean, in terms of Navani and Raboniel's different reactions, physical pain versus just unpleasant, to me that makes perfect sense for like how invested those are with the shards. Like, Navani's in the process of bonding the sibling, as much as the sibling is denying that, and obviously. Raboniel is a big chunk of odium investiture. So,
well, I think thematically, the humans are very strongly associated with honor, and the singers are very strongly associated with odium. Like that's why Warlight is such a big deal. It's like
connection BS.
Yeah, I was afraid.
Whose god is whose?
Connection BS just allows Brandon to put theme into the magic system. It's like, it's thematically relevant. It's connected.
It's the adapter that's required.
Yeah, so I don't think R'laine would react to the anti-stormlight tone in the same way.
Yes. Well, maybe
as
now
Navani
would.
Well, now probably.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We're never going to get answers because now things changed.
DMD,
so funny about
no. The singers were not equally of all three shards. They are very there's an old series of Word of Brandon's where they are not originally of odium and cultivation and not of honor.
Yep, that's right. That's a fun sequence. I like that sequence.
So now that R'laine is like bonded, or like Venli or someone, they're like connected to all three shards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Venli's yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a question on who we think Odium's champion is going to be.
Yeah, Ben.
I think we know his answer. Yeah.
I think I'll go with the old Oridon or Gavinor thing. If it's Dalinar, if Dalinar is not ascended by that point, if Dalinar's the champion, then it'll be Gavinor, and if it's Kaladin, then it'll be Oridon, because neither of these characters would kill a baby. Therefore, Taravangian wins by default.
I think it's gonna be Szeth. I think Szeth is barely sane as is. Taravangian is really, really, really good at manipulating Szeth, and it's going to be Szeth's flashback book, so he's gonna have like a major role.
You've gone really quiet, Grace. Don't know if anyone else is.
Oh
no, I think it's
fine. No, everyone's gone really quiet for me.
Oh, well, that sounds like
I think that's a you problem.
That sounds like I think it's a me thing.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I know this was like near the beginning of the stream when we were talking about which characters could die, but like Szeth's top of the list, I think. It's like, Szeth, will we really miss him?
Yeah, I was gonna say, whilst I really like my child champion theory, if that isn't true, I think Szeth is like my next top. I think Grace, you convinced me of that one.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, will we miss Szeth? I don't know.
No, we might miss the Nightblood fun duo, but I feel like Szeth as a character, as a person, will we miss Szeth? No, I won't.
To some extent, I think it depends on what happens in the flashbacks.
Yeah,
at least a little. And what
that's something Brandon would do. Make us like really like Szeth in the flashbacks, and then like just in time for him to turn evil and die in the main series.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
With Dalinar, sort of.
Maybe Kaladin learns to like Szeth a lot on their road trip to Shinovar, and then Moash comes in at the end and kills Szeth, and Kaladin's like, no! And then that gives Kaladin and Moash time to fight.
Yes.
Easy. David in chat, counting the days until Szeth goes.
So if we're done with that question.
Sure.
Oh, I was going to say, someone in the chat said the Aspire 15 said that would conflict with Zeth's ideals to follow Dalinar. But Skybreakers are weird, where after they're fourth and fifth, they don't seem to have to follow the previous ones.
I don't know if it's fourth or fifth, if we know that exactly yet, but at some point, either the fourth or fifth ideal, they no longer have to follow the third ideal. I think it's becoming the law. Like once they become the law,
so that's fifth, right?
Yeah.
Zeth's well, I'm not sure. I assume it's the fifth becoming the law and not like the fourth, the Crusade.
Right.
But once they hit that point, they no longer have to rely on the crutch of the third ideal, is how it was described.
No, easy. Dalinar becomes effused. Zeth follows him. Easy. Easy. No problem.
Are we talking about how Zeth is going to be Odium's champion?
Yeah. We were talking about that.
Okay. So next question.
Uh-huh.
Astaldo 1134 asks, if the sibling is the spren of the bonds between the Radiants and the spren, could Ba Edo Mishram be the unmade spren of the relationship between the singers and the spren, hence her ability to affect and connect to all people of Roshar?
I think that's possible. I am really thinking that Ba Edo Mishram's ability to connect so widely is because Honor's regulation of bonds was growing weaker. I don't, because the Radiants were surprised Ba Edo Mishram did that, right? Like, and maybe she did long ago, but I could see there being shenanigans with Honor dying, you know?
I like the theory that Ba Edo Mishram was the spren of spren before being unmade.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
See, I disagree. Because going back to the thematics of of the lights and Honor is humans, the sibling is humans and spren, and Warlight is humans and singers, that would necessitate spren being under cultivation. So a spren of the bond between spren and singers would be a fusion of odium and cultivation. Kind of like filling out the triangle.
Yeah, filling out the triangle, yeah.
Which would mean either Ba Edo Mishram has some cultivation in her, or she is purely of odium and is the singer spren.
I don't like that for reasons. I think spren being of cultivation, you lost me there. That does not make sense to me. Like spren are of whatever shard they are of.
Yeah.
So, speaking of spren, how do we think Mishram providing forms of power even work? Did she make void spren? So that's actually a very good question. Because we absolutely have no idea how, the forms of power are given out. So that was in the comments in the Ba Edo Mishram cast, and I'm like, how does Odium... If Odium's granting forms of power, how is he transmitting the void spren? And how would Ba Edo Mishram do that if because the void spren seem to be locked to Braze, right? Because Nail was like, Ulim, there shouldn't be void spren here. That's what Nail thought, right?
Yeah.
So very interesting.
Go ahead. I wonder if Ba Edo Mishram was creating void spren in a way similar to how the Stormfather was creating honor spren.
Man, that's crazy.
That makes sense to me.
The void spren would still be splinters of odium, like all void spren are supposed to be, but the chunk of power where the splinter is coming from doesn't come from the main body of odium, it comes from Ba Edo Mishram. Yeah. And in addition to all of this, there could also be some connection stuff going on, right? Because in the past, so in the present, the singers need to go in the Everstorm or the High Storm to assume a form of power. But no, I guess that doesn't take us anywhere.
And we know, like, it says that Biodemishram connected directly to the entire species. Right. So maybe they did come from her, and like she just could select, like, because if she gave all singers forms of power, she'd have to dilute her power too much, and so she just gave a few the forms of power. Like, she was able to, like, I don't know, connect more strongly to a few of them or something like that.
What if the False Desolation didn't see forms of power in the traditional sense, but it was the connection to Biodemishram directly so they didn't have a Void Spren trapped in their gem heart. They had a tendril of Biodemishram's power in their gem heart.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Right. And so when Biodemishram was ripped out, there was no, because like every singer form has a spren inside. Like the spren is instrumental to both the physiology and the psychology of the singers. And so if you rip that out without replacing the spren with something else, without replacing that piece of investiture with something else, you end up lobotomizing the singer.
I think this. I think this is more likely that it, like the Biodemishram connection simulated a form of power in a sense, right?
Yeah,
it's not the same, but it's the same in practice.
And
it would explain
sort of was the Void Spren for all of them in a way.
And it kind of explains the similarity, but the worse, like how much worse Slave form was than Dull form, because Dull form was that kind of, you don't have a form. So if you rip out that tendril of BAM that was providing the form, you don't have a form, but then it's even worse because it was like something connected to you, not just something in your gem heart, like, you know.
But and Dull form does have a spren, I think.
It's when you have a spren, but it's like you didn't attune the right rhythm when you got the spren, so it's even worse than that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
I don't think I agree with. I think Dull form doesn't have a spren.
No, I think we do. Like they say that they'd have to take on some other spren, or like the spren that doesn't grant any form, and then they have Dull form, because children aren't Dull form. They are.
They have the weird
child form in a way.
Yeah, the weird thing.
Yeah, and they take the first spren, and then they could technically still be Dull form, just different.
So I've always read that differently, and I think Ian has as well. I think my read has been, well, if you go out and you attract the wrong kind of spren, if you attract a spren that doesn't give you any form, that spren doesn't actually go into your gem heart. You've just failed to get a form spren, so to speak. Yeah. And so you entered the storm as a Dull form, you didn't get the right spren, you leave the storm in exactly the same Dull form as the one you entered. Or alternatively, if you enter as, let's say, a mate, and you're like, okay, I want to become a war form. If you fail to attract the war form spren, you eject your, was it life spren for mates?
Yeah.
And now you leave as Dull because you didn't get the pain spren for war form.
I always
like the child form is still technically Dull form. Like singers aren't born with spren in their gem hearts.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like if they go past a certain age without bonding a spren, like it becomes adult Dull form.
Correct. That is correct.
Okay,
Adult
that makes sense actually. Yeah.
I wonder, going back, I wonder what the timing of like the Stormfather creating some honor spren, like including Syl, if Biodemishram, like if that was before Biodemishram saw like or started connecting to singers, like that would be interesting if like Honor teaching the Stormfather how to do that sort of inspired Biodemishram.
So I just went looking up again in the chapter where we learn the Dalfum stuff, and they do talk about bonding the wrong spren.
Okay, fair.
So
okay.
So it could be a square peg in a round hole type of situation.
Yeah. So then that would make more sense that having nothing there isn't just like Dalfum, it's worse. So yeah.
I like this. I think this is now my headcanon. I like this.
That does feel more consistent. I agree with you.
Yeah, because as chat rightfully pointed out, like if Bottomishram created Void Spren, then like where'd they go? And I mean, like you could maybe get around that like, hey, maybe imprisoning Bottomishram like killed those Spren somehow. I don't know. Like who knows what sort of BS you can do with that. But I think this is probably the easiest explanation.
My current thoughts based off of Marvin's having explicit words is that functionally speaking, having a spren that doesn't grant a form and having no spren is the same thing. That if a specific spren doesn't grant you a form, it's basically the same as not having a spren.
Like, I do think Extra did get ripped out in addition to the spren itself.
But it's not just the lack of spren that makes. Something extra got ripped out.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah.
Oh man, did we? What's even going on in chat? I got distracted.
The Inspired 15. Eshonai did change her mind on taking in the Storm Spren, but it was too late. Like the process had already begun. Like
which is also a bummer.
Yeah,
it's like that. Speak now or forever hold your peace in weddings. Like after that point, it's like it's not gonna work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stormfather was like, "Yo, do you really want to go through with this? Now's their chance. Come on."
He tried with both sisters, and both of them were like, "No, this is what I."
In Venli's defense, she did not know that it was a Void Spren.
Yeah.
It's really all Axendwith's fault.
It really was though.
I like
it was
Marvin, how on our Rhythm of Reviews on Venli we just went on for like 20 minutes on Axendwith and the Fair Chemists and not really talking about Venli at all. It's like, hey, we got to talk about the flashbacks.
That is basically an entire episode.
we talked more about Axendwith and stone shaping than Venli, I think.
I mean,
good topic.
Those are kind of the interesting things in her flashbacks.
Yeah, it's like she's around interesting people and like witnesses interesting stuff, but apart from the stone shaping, and even there it's interesting what she learns about the ancient stone shaping. So yeah, you'll see in the episode when it releases.
Yeah. Right Lock in chat wants me to talk about Berserk, but I'm not going to.
I think. No, I'm not saying Venli did nothing wrong. I am not saying Venli did nothing wrong. Like, obviously, she is still culpable, and I find that very interesting. It's just none of this would have happened if Axendwith didn't give Venli that spren, right? Oh, hi.
Oh, Matt's
actually back. Are you actually back? Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
He moves.
What happened?
I don't know. I need to have stern words with my internet provider, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, there you go.
Or my laptop just doesn't know how to read internet. I don't.
Yeah.
Like other people in my house were getting over 100 megabytes per second, and I was getting 3. So that makes no sense.
Yeah. I mean, there can be problems with like the radios that are used in the laptop itself. So
yeah. So maybe that. Anyway.
Yeah.
I've been listening though. Good stream.
Great. Cool. I was thinking, Ben, that we could do who's that Cosmere character? Because I don't know. I'm kind of getting hungry.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
So let's do it. Let me find one from the list. We might, maybe one day we'll take it from the chat, but obviously it's really hard to do them from the chat.
That is a bit tricky. Yeah.
Close the chat now.
None of us can look at the chat while we're guessing.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, you guys aren't allowed to look at the chat.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's what we did in the anniversary stream. I will. Oh wait, no, there's another chat. Oh my god, I have so many places where chat appears. And this will be fun with 7 people in the call now. So what could?
Oh god, I'm gonna have to keep track of everyone's guess. Okay.
You know, if you get skipped because you're too slow, then it's like tough.
We should have set up that thing in advance.
Each Cosmere character where we have like a certain time, and if you don't throw a character out, then it's like you.
That wouldn't have worked anyway, Paleo, because I would have needed to set up overlays, and we had no idea who was even going to be here at this stage.
Or who was going to hop on and off in a very annoying.
Yeah.
Look, as long as this is all fixed before D&D tonight, then
yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So welcome to Who's That Cosmere Character, the game show where you guys send in 5 clues and a character to WTCC at 70shard.com, and then I read off those 5 clues and not the character, but these guys guess the character, and if they guess the character, then the good, and then if they don't, the bad. So I scrolled and I randomly hit one, and it's actually from Brass Weaver, who's
fantastic. Who's in chat. Yes, indeed.
Let me change my background to have you all distracted.
That won't be distracting at all.
And you're right in the middle too.
Yeah.
Right, so clue number 1. This character can use investiture.
Kelsier.
It's not Kelsier.
Pattern.
It's not pattern. And what did you say, Grace?
Rushu, because she uses it in Fabrials.
It's not Rushu.
I'm going to guess Kenton.
It is not Kenton.
I'm going to go with my roots and do a Straff Venture.
It is not Straff Venture.
Gotta get that Mistborn arrow on in, Matt.
I'm going to go with Breeze.
It is not Breeze.
Okay. Brass Weaver.
Nice.
Clue number 2. This character is from Scadrial. Matt?
No.
Miles 100 Lives.
It is not Miles 100 Lives.
Yeoman.
Telson Ladrian.
It is not Telson Ladrian. And Brass Weaver, it's too late to turn back now. He thinks you guys are going to hate it.
Yeoman. I say Yeoman.
I wanted to guess Yeoman. Okay, good.
Is it I forget his title, but I believe his name is Feldry, and he's like a councilman or something in Elendel.
Oh, and he was the one that was spiked. He turned into a spike, I think, for right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that right? Because he turned into a spike that went on Lord Penrod, King of Luthadel. Is that right?
I know. No. This is in Era 2. He's
in Era 2. Oh.
He's a character in the book, but I know it because I have the broadsheet hanging on my fridge, and there's rumors that
Almancer. Oh, yeah. No, I have them on my stairwell, so I do look. Yeah. That Almancer, right?
Yeah.
Beltry was an Almancer. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess Alec.
It is not Alec.
Did we get a yes or no on Feltry?
Oh, it was not Feltry. Sorry.
Okay. Give me the exact phrasing of the second clue again.
This character is from Scadrial.
Oh, okay.
Brassbeaver, if this is Eotl, I'm going to be very angry at
you. We don't know whether she can. Yeah,
she's not from.
Complain to the specific person who sent it. That's groundbreaking for Who's That Cosmere character.
I will guess Lord Penrod.
It is not Lord Penrod, and a lot of people were guessing that in the chat. I think a second ago. Cool. Clue number 3. This character is good at hitting stuff.
Ooh.
It's not Vin. Lucy's playing as well, by the way.
What? Lucy guessed Vin? No way.
That's so out of character for her.
Hammond.
It is not Hammond.
Wait, Kelsier?
It is not Kelsier. I think that was the first guess.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just Palm.
It is not
see.
Palm.
Okay.
Well, let's see.
The Lord Ruler? Doesn't he like backhand?
Yeah,
he
does. He does. It's great.
It is not the Lord Ruler, but that's a good guess.
Presumably,
literally kills someone by hitting them.
I imagine it's like pewter compounded backslap, like that kind of thing. Like that's my headcanon for that.
That was his headcanon as well.
No, that's more of a hand cannon.
Hand cannon.
No, he means a cannon that's used on heads.
Yeah.
Zane.
It is not Zane.
You know what? I'm just gonna guess Demo. Screw it.
And it's not Demo either. And I
don't think Demo's good at hitting things. I don't care.
I had a third guess already.
Go for it.
No, I already did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was him.
Clue number 4. This character works for a very powerful Furukamist.
Is this Human the Colossus?
It's not Human the Colossus, but a lot of way to think.
Wax?
It is not Wax.
Hey, that's true. That's true.
Is it Car?
It's not Car. Who's Car?
Car's the Inquisitor.
Right.
Okay, no, it's not Car.
We got
who works for the Lord Ruler.
Yeah.
He's a very powerful Furukamist.
He was gonna be the head of the Steel Ministry, man, before Mark killed him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess Marsh. Because he did work for the Lord Ruler.
It is not Marsh.
He does work for Caesar as well, so
yeah, it works.
Milan?
It is not Milan.
I'm gonna guess Kanpar.
It is not Kanpar.
Let's just start guessing Khandra in the Khandra homeland. Let's go.
Cool. I think I'm going to go with the last clue because I can't think if anyone's not gone. This character is Kolos blooded.
Is it the woman who, like, Alamancer Jack is in a relationship with? I don't remember her name.
Lysandra, I think? Something like that?
Something
It is not that Kolos-blooded person.
So it's the other Kolos-blooded person.
There's a Kolos-blooded that works for the set for...
Yeah, but...
Miles.
What's his name in Alloy of Law?
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's like something blunt or something. It's a name that implies the person is stupid.
Let me see if that nickname is because you didn't get the name right, Ian. But if Matt got a nickname,
it's not Blunt. No,
it's not Blunt.
No.
Blunt is.
Blunt is.
Yeah,
cool.
He's called something with C, I think.
Carson? No.
It's not Carson, but you're so close.
Tarson?
It's Carson. Yes.
Okay.
I was thinking Carson as well, but
I knew it ended in Sun.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll split this point 4 way.
Yeah, no.
There's two Kolos-blooded people in all of Era 2, so once we get there, it's like...
Yeah. I like that it narrows down.
It narrowed down really nicely, even though it was like a really obscure character. I like that about it.
But the thing, I feel like we've had him before.
No, I don't.
It's like a long time ago.
I mean,
I've guessed him before, but like on something completely different.
And with the chat, according to Brad, Helvesa got it first, so well done, Helvesa.
Oh, good.
Good job.
Ooh.
Yeah, someone pay attention to that in chat.
Yeah.
Because we're not.
Grace, I thought of the same Colossus-blooded woman at like Clue 2, and I couldn't remember her name, and so I gave up on that.
Yeah. It's Lysandra or something.
Yeah, I was thinking
like that.
I was thinking when Ben said like, "Oh, like Brass Weaver is worried you guys won't like this." I was like, maybe this is from like Allomancer Jack, and that's why we won't like it. It's like
Yeah, I immediately started thinking of obscure characters.
Lysandra Dramali. I wanted to put like a Lysandra Demandred. I'm like, that's not right. I know that's not correct. But it's like, I know it starts with a D, so for not having read Allomancer Jack at all, that's pretty good. I haven't.
It's fun. It's fun. But you have to read the footnotes, otherwise it's not fun.
Like Lucy.
Yeah. All right.
Right, I'm trying to find one from another person in chat, but I think I'm going to struggle.
I don't know if that'll be true.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll be really hard to keep track of the first person who gets it because chat won't know the answer.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can do some kind of a crowdsourced Who's That Cosmere character where
thinking about adding like a Twitch extension that you can do that now, right?
Well, so what I was thinking is in a live stream, somebody, whoever is running the show, picks a character, and then a random person in chat gets to suggest each clue.
What could possibly go wrong with that?
How would we even? So if he says the character aloud, we'll know it. Like, how would he tell chat? Would he have to like?
I guess he'd have to just type it, and we just need to go on the.
Well, yeah. We're doing the same thing as we are right now, where the participants are not looking at chat.
Yeah.
Yes,
I got one.
Okay.
Cool. So this one was sent in by Tie-Dyed. And clue number 1. This character is a leader.
Kenton.
It is not Kenton.
Eden, the Ska Rebellion leader.
It is not Eden, the Ska Rebellion leader.
Who died?
Fingers, who leads the Pancall Rebellion.
Say that again?
Blue Fingers.
It's not Bluefingers who leads the Pancall Rebellion.
Pancall.
I'm
gonna. What is that?
Pancall, not Conpar. It's different. Conpar is a Condra.
Conpal.
I'm gonna say Yeoman.
It is not Yeoman.
I'm gonna say Adventure again too.
Priest Omin, or what?
Okay.
What's his name? Omine, yeah.
It is not Priest Omine.
Okay. He's a spiritual or religious leader.
I forgot his name. I'll just go with his other identity. Nyoto.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea who that is.
You're not going to know him. Probably.
Well, I guess it's not Nilto or anyone on White Sand.
Isn't Nilto Gevelden? Spoilers for White Sand.
Gevelden, yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, it was like when you said it's a different name, I'm like, if it's a character I know, I don't know who that is. So cool. Yeah. It's not that character. So clue number 2. This character is not from Roshar.
Lord Craxton.
I was just going to say Sinalon.
Sinalon, the leader of the Karathi Church.
Yeah,
it is not that person, Eric.
Lord Craxton. Let's see how many White Sand characters we have.
It is not Lord Craxton.
Lady Helis, the Lady Judge.
Not
I'm joining on this bandwagon and guessing Chrysala.
Okay. It is not Chrysala.
I'm gonna guess, since Eric took mine, I get a different one. I'm gonna guess Karata.
It is not Karata.
Keeping with the White Sand, I think Delius is his name, right? The Lord of the Helm, Lord Admiral, right?
Yeah, it's not that person. So cool.
It's not going to be from White Sand, guys. We know it's not going to be from White Sand.
I just want to keep the theme.
Clue number 3.
Now I forget my actual guess.
This character
I got it again.
Is a servant.
Okay.
A leader and a servant.
Is this a Sazed?
It is not Sazed.
I mean...
Tenzin.
It's not Tensoon.
Oh, it's Rashek.
And it's not Rashek either.
That's a good guess.
He was never a servant.
He was hired as a Pac-Man for a Lendy.
Yeah.
That counts as a servant.
Are not servants. They are professionals who provide a service for.
I mean, I feel like technically Snazid was like a slave, so I mean, I don't know if that counts.
What is a servant?
Is it
Screw you guys.
I don't know how to say his name. Lar like Scooch?
Yeah. I'll give you L'Oreal Lamar, but it's Larimar. Yes, it is Larimar, the High Priest of Lightsong.
Yeah. As he's the leader of the church. And then he's the leader of Lightsong's church. Yeah.
Clue number 4, this character is overweight. Clue number 5, this character had a crisis of faith. So that was a good one.
I want to do one more. This is fun.
Yeah.
I keep my background then to distract you.
I do appreciate that whoever made this GIF animated Brandon's coat a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Animation is all about the little details.
Yeah.
Little Isaac.
I was watching a video.
I never noticed that.
Yeah. I was watching a video on the animation of the video game Cuphead.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Yesterday.
Good game.
Fantastic game, and the animation is fantastic.
Very good.
They've really done a great job replicating like the style of that.
Oh yeah, it's
late 1920s, 1930s era.
Mm-hmm. It's like that kind of art and implementing it well that I'm like, wow, that is really impressive.
It really is. Cool. I've got number 3.
Okay.
This one was sent in by Bean the Boy 12.
I think we've seen wows from them.
Nice. This character is a warrior.
I'm gonna go with Eric from White Sand.
It is not Eric from White Sand.
Eric
he's like
from
trained
elsewhere.
in the art of war, but like he doesn't like to fight, and that's his whole story.
Yeah. What a thrilling arc.
Talonel Elin, Herald of War.
It is not Talonel Herald of War. Stone Sinew
I like how you can
Bearer.
barely repeat that, Ben. Like that's probably my favorite part.
It's like I'm struggling. I'm like, I love Talon. He's my favorite, but Talonel Ilian.
Bin, because she's the Ascendant Warrior.
Okay. Sorry, was it a warrior? What was the clue?
Is a warrior? Yes.
Is a warrior. Yes.
Uncle Kayine.
It is not Uncle Kayine.
And technically, Kine was a warrior because he was retired, right?
I don't know how much
warrior, always a warrior.
I'm gonna say. Oh, I had one and then I lost.
I have one. I'm gonna guess Count Eondel.
It is not Count Eondel.
Selin Taldane, watch it be Roshar.
Look at us not. I was gonna say, look at us not guessing Rosharan characters.
Yeah, that's actually.
I'm just gonna guess Demu.
It's not Demu.
Yeah.
Clue number 2. The pronunciation of this character's name is subject to a minor debate.
Oh, so it is Sel.
Adolin? Is it Adolin?
It's not Adolin.
Yeah.
Is it Kelsier?
Adolin.
It's not Kelsier.
That's not a minor debate.
That's not a debate at all because nobody says Kelsier.
No, some people have
no one's
said
on Alex's side.
They have a few people have said that they do pronounce it Kelsier.
They're usually probably French, so.
Well, Brandon has said it should be pronounced Kelsier.
Yeah.
It's Kelsier, so it's very confusing messaging.
How about we just do Sazed?
It's not Sazed.
I'm going to guess Seolin.
It's not Seolin.
What an interesting clue.
It is a very interesting clue.
It is.
The subject line to the email was a fun one.
I feel like this one is very targeted at us.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, is there any characters whose names are like the pronunciation is a debate in the world? Which is why I'm going to guess Kellic.
Good guess, but it's not Kalak or Kellic.
Well, I will steal Grace's idea and go with Jezrien.
It's not Jezrien.
That's a good
one. Clue number 3. You guys are going to love this one. This character is from Roshar.
Yasna.
It's not Yasna.
Am I just stealing all your stuff?
No, I'm kind of glad though, because then I get another guess.
That's true. You do.
What's his name?
Kind of pronunciation.
Pronunciation is up for debate. Is it
a minor
debate?
A minor debate.
Kaladin.
It's not how I Kaladin. I like it.
A warrior.
It's too bad we can't cut all the silence now.
Yeah. This is what you get.
Who's that Cosmere character is actually like?
Yeah, this is what it is like.
Nail.
It's not Nale. This one is like the silences in this are way shorter than what we usually get. We
to
usually
be honest,
have like
they really are.
You guys are flying through these.
Because we have enough people that we can actually think while other people are answering. So it almost
we have twice the number of
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We do.
Yeah.
Looking at store-like books.
Yes.
Maybe that'll help.
Because that will help.
I love talking away from the microphone.
I'm looking at books.
I know. I know.
I don't see why she would be a warrior, but I would guess the Herald Pally.
It is not the Herald Pally.
Yes. Do we even know 5-pack?
It's not Zeth.
I was thinking about this.
That was my next Cassian. I was debating.
What's Jost or because Jost, but it's a little boy from the boy. At least that's what I mean. The boy from it's actually his father who was really warrior.
Yeah.
Like in the Waste Camp skirmishes.
He's saying Jost.
So he's Jost. Yeah, they say Jost, but it could be Jost because Yasna is Yasna.
God, yeah, it's not that person. I think that's everyone.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think that's everyone.
Yeah. Clue 4. This character is relatively cowardly.
Okay, I had this guess before this clue, and now I'm less sure, but I think it maybe still works. So I'm going to say Sadeus.
It is Sadeus Sadeus.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Sadeus
makes
sense.
Somewhat cowardly. Yeah.
Somewhat cowardly, yeah.
I would agree.
All right. First person in the chat to get it was Might Be Sentient. So I hope so.
Did you almost say Might Be Satan?
Might be Satan. The person who got it might be Satan.
Who knows?
Might be.
The last clue was this character has been murdered. I'm happy to get another one if you guys are. How you feeling?
I can do
one
more. I am down for one more.
Final one.
Final one.
Go.
I got Cyberpunk to play.
I have D&D to prep.
Yeah. When is that, by the way?
2 hours from now.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll do one more.
I'm not going to use this one, but I just clicked on one which has 3 of the same clues as the last person, but just a different character.
Cool. Give us elevator music while you.
I am. This one was sent in by Joe Truthwatcher, or just Joe, as they put in their email. Clue number 1.
Recognize the name.
Yeah, they're from the 17th shard. This character.
No way.
I know, right? But sometimes people in the emails will be like, I'm not on the forums, but my name is this. This person says, I am from the 17th shard. Or they may be from the In-World organization. Who knows?
That'll tell you.
Maybe we'll get some 17th Shard lore in World in Book 5, you think? Maybe
wouldn't that be nice?
Thanks, Brandon.
I like your optimism.
Yeah.
This organization that Brandon told us to name ourselves after and then proceeded to tell us nothing about.
Seriously, though. That's true.
It's actually not important at all. It's just some obscure group of 8 people.
Like a weird cult. They're just like... Everyone thinks it's weirdos.
Yep.
Right. This character is very secretive.
Kelsier.
It's not Kelsier.
Bavadin.
It's not Bavadin.
Nilto.
It's not Nilto, also known as Gevaldin.
Well, Gevaldin is his real name. He goes by Nilto on Dayside.
Someone should guess.
I like your style, Grace. I like your style.
I'm gonna
guess Mraze.
It's not Mraze.
I'm gonna say Shallan.
And it's not Shallan.
That's fair.
Taravangian.
And it's not Taravangian.
I think I also do this somewhat on Who's That Cosmere character episodes, where I just eventually get to a point of like, all right, how many like White Sand guesses can I do? It'll eventually.
One day someone will send in a White Sand character. Clue number 2. This character has trained others.
I've already forgotten the first clue.
This character is very secretive.
Eatil.
Oh, it is Eatil. Grace got it. I just saw that clue number 3, and I'm glad we didn't get to it because clue number 3 was his characters from Scadrial.
Dodge the bullet, Joel, Truth Watcher.
She is from Silverlight, but of Scadrian descent, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, let's have a talk.
Okay.
Okay.
So, in a way, we're all from Africa.
Okay, I love it. Is that it? Or?
Same principle. No, that's it. Same principle.
I think to be fair, I think if someone is not like reading Wobbs, concluding that Eatil is from Scadrial is a very fair assumption.
That is true.
Yes.
That is fair.
Yes.
That is
I just want to say as well for the chat, Hutton Hole got it. So well done, Hutton Hole.
Oh, now I can look at chat again.
Is it his actual name, or did you just misread?
Hey, give us the other clues.
Oh yeah, this character is a world hopper, and this character does not appear in the Mistborn series.
Yatel trained Mraze.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm responding to chat.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
No. Yeah. It's the other way around. Yeah. Yatel's the
just
master.
literally sort of trainer.
Oh, that's cool.
I wonder if there's some kind of I don't know if Babisk is like a Scadrian word, but I was wondering if there was like a connection to like Risen, Ba, Vistum or something like.
Babsk is Thalen.
Oh,
yeah.
That would actually make sense. So there probably is a connection there.
Yeah.
So, Hutton Hole, is there a story behind why both you and your brother are Huts?
Yeah, I actually do want to know the answer to this.
I'm very invested in knowing this now.
Their parents were both Huts, and so they're both Huts.
When a mommy Hut and a daddy Hut love each other very much. God. He picked first.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed us blathering for a while. This is fun. I like doing chiller things, and like if we ever don't have anything to talk about, we can do a Cosmere character or something. So it's nice.
We could do Shibit or Rivet as well. But in general,
how many
maybe we can do like
stuff we've done? I'm really surprised we had as much to talk about.
Yeah, I know, right?
What? Like I'm shocked. I'm definitely surprised that we had things to talk about, given our hour to 90 minutes that we do nearly every Shardcast. By the way, including the Daniel Green Shardcast. We blathered Daniel for nearly that amount of time before we started recording. So he kept on in the tradition. Also, someone said in chat that Paleo was robbed. Just like I beat you in that Who's That Cosmere character, Paleo, where you guessed the wrong horse. I
should have taken Archon's guess there.
Scrolling, I came across the Shoreblood, and I was like, I'm not gonna give them Shoreblood. I'm like, I've been here before.
Okay.
Yeah, we will do more streams. I don't know when, but I don't know. We were thinking of doing one around release time, but then we were busy. And also this gives people time to like read the books and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe for our next stream we can like add Rhythm of War characters to our ship it or rip it list.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Or maybe we can do Rhythm of War specific.
Who's That Cosmic characters?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, because we talked about this recording a recent episode that we're not going to get to Rhythm of War characters on Who That Cosmic character for like months. It's going to be like 2022 before we get them.
Yeah, until
we should probably
pick some randomly that are newer.
Yeah. No, so we should probably follow. No, I guess that doesn't matter. I was gonna say we should probably follow our spoiler policy, but then our Rhythm of War episodes are tagged with Rhythm of War. So
actually, they are tagged with Rhythm of War because I usually put Rhythm of War Shardcast in the title.
Yeah.
So I technically I do now. And that might just be for SEO for people searching Rhythm of War, but whatever.
We'll just keep putting Rhythm of War in every. Okay, so I want to rant.
Okay.
Go for it.
So, those of you who are familiar with my work on the 17th Shard might know that every few days I go through all of the social media websites and I look for fan art.
Oh, yes.
Of Brandon's stuff.
Indeed.
So I look for stuff on Twitter and Tumblr and Instagram, and I'm not going to look at Facebook because I'm not insane. But like every now and then I even look at Behance. And so there is something that's happening on Instagram specifically that's really bothering me, where people will post content that has nothing to do with Brandon. Okay.
Yes,
like they would be talking about their own book, or they would be posting excerpts from random epic fantasies or not even epic fantasies. Like I've seen paranormal romance, but they would tag those posts with like Stormlight Archive, Cosmere, Brandon Sanders. And so those things would show up in my feed, and that upsets me greatly.
Yeah. I mean, and you saw it, so it worked.
It worked, yeah.
I have blocked 4 accounts to that, so they stop showing up in my feed.
I always like the ones you share where it's like just a hot person posed with a book. Like,
yeah, we usually get that in Snapchat.
I like how Automod just caught, have you seen any dinosaur erotica? Because erotica was interesting.
Yep. Also, Might Be Sentient asked, do the Legal Eagle Mathcast? Which I do watch a lot of Legal Eagle. I do. That is a great YouTube channel. But
just destroy the
honor spread, court proceedings.
Yeah.
Honor spread. Sure.
To be honest, Matt, that would be totally great if we could do a video of you just like going through why like legally it doesn't make sense. Like, to be honest,
they do what feels right.
I would
short-term video, short form video.
Yeah, but then I have to like give people cameras and stuff. It's hard. Because like these webcams don't look good in 1080p. They just don't, guys. They really don't, as Ben can attest to.
Look, there's only so much you can do to this to make it look good.
Well, usually it not being grainy is a good start. It doesn't have to look good. It just has to look clear. Okay, that's all. But that would be a very entertaining script. I would love to read that script and have that happen at some point.
But also, I'm just thinking of the work. I'd have to like read that scene again very closely and in
multiple scenes too.
Multiple scenes.
There's really only like 3 chapters though.
Yeah. I could write the appeal of Adelin's case for if
but they're Adolin scenes, so would it really be a hardship? Like,
yeah.
I want that. All right, we're gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna go eat lunch. So, thank you guys for coming. I'll post this on YouTube. I'll probably post it like Tuesday, honestly, because Shardcast's coming out tomorrow, and I want to give that a little time to breathe. And then we'll have Rhythm of Reviews on Thursday. That'll have Venly. Yeah.
Bit of Venli.
Oh, you're right. Yes, sorry. It'll be Venli in the title, but we're going to talk about totally unreal things that just happened in Venli stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. And then probably next Sunday, not tomorrow, will probably be a WoW episode, I think. Something like that. So thanks for coming, and I'll see you all later.
Bye.
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 Bye.